All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of You Ain't Shit for Watching. My name is Donnie Casanova. I'm your host. Tonight we have a great episode. We're talking about hip hop, the hip hop empire. So we're gonna go to A to Z with it as much as we can cover tonight. Basically, we run the show on Google Hangouts, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a hangout conversation. Tonight, I'm gonna run the panel from how I see it, from left to right. First person on the panel I'm gonna introduce is Joe. Please say your name, your channel, and what you represent.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Joe from Black Male Talk. Also, Black Male Talk, Brothers Amongst Men, in the Black Men's Congregation. Pretty much we run Black Male Media. But I'm here to support my brothers. We're gonna talk about some hip hop and the culture and things that we need to be back on our code on. All right, go ahead.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? I'm the dude with the Elmo. Already act like I'm about to troll. This is Edward Anderson. Pretty much, definitely just search Edward Anderson in Google. I will have a link and stop being lazy in the near future. But search Edward Anderson, where we talk about no spin. We talk about Black male first content, then Black content, and we just keep it real, man. If you listen, you'll like it. If you don't, fuck you. Bye.
Mr. Stevens, please pop on.
Hello, folks. This is Roger Stevens. I'm here to represent the Roger Report. Please check out my channel, like, subscribe. I talk about hard-hitting topics to help the Black community, period. It ain't going to be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. So check it out. It ain't going to kill you to better yourself. All right? So let's get this conversation started.
All right, yeah. So we was talking before the show.
Oh, my bad. I also represent the Habitual Line Steppers, and y'all need to check all of us out, which is myself, Donnie Casanova, and our brother from another mother who's not with us here right now, but please check out Kevin Esther on Black Men Being Brutally Honest.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, much appreciated. All right, so we was talking before the show, so we'll get into the other subject now, but we're gonna talk about culture vultures, and we have a large ass culture vulture population in the hip hop community that I'm fucking tired of. Ed, you want to share some light? Because I mainly want to point out Drake. I feel like Drake is a white man in blackface.
I'm about to say it straight up. We got an infestation. Let me tell you something. And you want to talk about hard hitting and habitual line steppers? I got some shit for your ass. Hip hop is dead. Just like in that, anybody that's looked at, look, I'm gonna get Black Nerd on you. The video game with Tekken, where they said Hisashi Mishima, Haki Mishima is dead. Hip hop, R&B is definitely dead, but hip hop is dead. It is dead. It is, and it's been. And what we about to do right now is have a post-mortem. Now, can hip hop rise again like a phoenix? Of course it can. But right now, if you look at this era compared to other eras, and it's interesting. Look, I don't have a personal issue against Drake, but I have no problem throwing Drake under the bus. So I'm not gonna be like a Drake hater. But the reason I mentioned Drake was because hip hop died in 2008 when Drake rose. If you look at the eras of hip hop, I think the era switched with the 2008 with Drake, which ironically is when Obama got elected too. But that's when, if you look at the mumble rap really took hold. Trap music was around and it was popular, but trap music still wasn't what's called, like, it wasn't like, okay, trap music is hip hop. It was just like a growing segment of hip hop. Now people think trap music is hip hop, and anything other than trap music is not really hip hop or rap music. That's where we are now. So if you look at 2008, because I'm a big guy when it comes to, I like timelines, because I like for y'all to be able to really understand where I'm coming from, so you all can question what I'm saying, talk about the audience, and you can really be on the same page. So I grew up with Ludacris, Nelly, basically I grew up with Houston coming up. Atlanta was already there, right? Big, and then Houston kind of had their run. And then Philly kind of had their run with like State Property and stuff like that. And then Jay-Z was like Jay-Z. It was 50 Cent and then Jay-Z, with like the two top dogs really like that. That's the era, I think. I mean, most of us are kind of the same age, right? I'm 32.
31.
Okay, so we're kind of in the general same age. So this is the era I came up with, Ludacris and all that. A lot of those rappers are actually very, very entrepreneurial. They're very, very industrious. Most of them are ADOS, by the way. And now what you have after 2008 was like this well, for real, you had this deck, because I'm from Chicago original. So, I mean, I represent the Chicago side, which has never had their proper run, but it is what it is.
Y'all had Twisted Boo there.
I mean,
Chicago
y'all didn't throw out that many. Y'all did throw out Twisted.
It is what it is, but that's not even what we're talking about. We're talking about the economics of it. I mean, we have our people, but I'm not saying we've had where we've dominated as a city hip hop. We've never had that opportunity, and that's on us. So it is what it is.
Y'all did have R. Kelly, so
y'all can't get rid of that. Y'all got R. Kelly. Y'all got some pretty good R&B artists.
Well, we got a lot of else. Technically, Michael Jackson is from Gary, but that's Chicago.
Nigga, that's Indiana, bro. Don't try to cop that.
You get what I'm saying. I mean, Gary is Chicago, so I'm not.
Oh, you gonna claim cities nearby, huh?
Everybody else does. I mean, come on now. But anyway, my point to come back to it is just to say this, and then I'll let y'all talk, and I'll come back around. Is that 2008 was like the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of what we see now, where the corporations come out with the 360 deals, all this crazy shit. Nicki Minaj kind of came to along, and then that's when the culture vulture went to a whole new fucking level, you know. And it started there, and then that's when Drake started. So if anybody want to jump on Drake and say he was really the vanguard of a lot of this bullshit, you know, the facts are kind of on your side. Now, my biggest two issues with people with culture vultures, and then I'm done talking, that I see now, there's others, but the two ones I see now is Drake and Cardi B. Drake's big gang, Cardi B is kind of like the other side of it. I won't put Nicki Minaj really in culture vulture category. You can, but I'm not. But anyway, with that said, I'll pass the bike for now, and then I just wanted to establish that kind of timeline so everybody know what we're talking about. We ain't talking about like everywhere all the time. So anyway, go ahead.
So I basically was having this conversation with this conversation with BMT earlier. Drake is a white man in blackface.
I told you not to say that now.
It just is what it is. We all seen the story of Adi Don. That's what he is in real life. If you look at that dude, the way he moved, the way he operates, he is stealing black culture and appropriating it for himself. This nigga was on Degrassi with all them white people in Canada, came out and did hip hop, and now he claiming Houston and Miami. He's stealing swag. This is just what he's doing. He runs around from camp to camp stealing they whole little swag and they little thing, and then he puts it out and he act like he did it.
I call Drake the beg for pussy rapper. I ain't never seen a motherfucker. I was like, damn, did somebody like he didn't get the memo that you light skinned? You don't have to do that shit already. I mean, if I was light skinned, man, I hate to say something, I would want to beat Drake's ass.
I mean, I am light skinned, and Drake definitely. But see, Drake is put in the biracial category, and then he's not African American, so that's how pretty much we charge him to the game. I will say this:
Drake make niggas look soft. I'm sorry to say that, man. Like, I hate to say something. If Drake ever talks shit about anybody on Instagram or anything, they should just beat his ass.
But I'm just saying, there's some rappers that do that. There's some rappers who are just schoolboys, and then there's just some rappers who are just from the hood. Like, we never seen when Kanye was coming up. Kanye wasn't beefing with people. I mean,
well, I'm not saying he got to be beefing with people. I'm talking about Drake's ass. The way, even if you hear every damn song, he sounds like he's begging to get laid.
But like he ain't never had what's ironic about that is a lot of one thing when Drake first came out. This is what Drake said. Drake kind of thought he would be like a Chingy type of rapper, like Chingy was, where he mainly well, no, I'm saying that his demographic will mainly be the females. Hence why his music is the way his music is. But he was very surprised. He said this in the interview, and the numbers bear this out, that a lot of black men actually gravitated to Drake. They were very surprised at that. They did not expect that. And there were songs that black men really identify. I'm talking black men in particular, really identify with. And a lot of brothers were instrumental in separating him from other rappers. And another thing that benefits Drake too is Drake is like, it's kind of like Dark Forces in the sense that because the dark side of the force is only focused through him, and because he's different, he's pretty much like automatically like he's separate, but so he can delineate himself very easily. So my thing, the reason why I'm saying all of this is I'm gonna keep it real with you. I could get less in the damn. I'm not mad at Drake so much for cultural reasons. I'm mad at Drake more for economic reasons.
And who might do that?
We got
them back.
The problem is we got like because a lot of this is okay. What he's doing is if it's soft, if it's hard. That shit I really don't give a damn about. I care more about economically. If he's there, is there an African, is there an ADOS, or at least somebody that actually cares about the culture that can be there? The hip hop was born in revolution, and it's been completely sucked out of that. I'll say this: I'm mad at Drake if for nothing else he's too corporate, and he makes the corporations money, which is serving to dilute what hip hop is really supposed to be about, which is why hip hop is where it is. So if it's anything where I got a problem with Drake on, and why he needs to be thrown under the bus, it's that.
Well, I grew up in an era, I think probably before there was Drake. Like I came up with Outkast. I came up during the time where I listened to a lot of Southern rappers.
Yeah,
so I mean, I listened to the Southern rappers, and back then, I mean, you also had Papoose. You had, I mean, there was always Diddy. I had Missy Elliott. You know, we had Lauryn Hill. There was a lot of artists. I mean, I came up in the golden era for hip hop, but like for that, it was nothing to have a block party and y'all start playing your sample music. So, I mean, in that type of era, it was more so like there was battle rap, hip hop, and then you have rap. But the thing about it was, each one of them had a code. Each one of them had a code of ethics. Now the thing about it is, they were telling you like the Jungle. Y'all remember that song, The Jungle? Broken bottles everywhere, people dying on the street. Like that kind of stuff was actually, it was informing white people, this is our struggle. This is how we got to get it. Like y'all see this as entertainment. This is a storyteller. Like we're telling our story. Like that's the thing. That's why I gravitated to that type of music. Like for me, when I listened to hip hop at the time, it was something for me to get away from the issues going on in my community. You feel what I'm saying? But as I watch it throughout the years, I'm like, damn, like, why all I hear these niggas doing is rapping about their fucking money, talking about damn drugs. Like, that's not cold. Why y'all rapping about the bad shit, but y'all don't ever talk about the good stuff that we got going on in the community? So I started to see the deterioration about it. And I mean, Run DMC said, yo, like, I don't get these new niggas because it's like y'all want to destroy us rather than uplift us.
Yes, he does. They being told to sell what they being told to sell. Yeah. I mean, he do that.
No. Now, see that again. That's why I mentioned there's a differentiation between the basement underground battle rappers, because there's some brothers that battle rap and they could have been them blown the fuck up, but they know like, yo, once I sign that check, my voice is no longer my voice. Ice Cube talked about that. He said there'll be times he would read some bars on a page from certain rappers, and then when it hits the radio, it don't sound nothing like what that brother said, because they take out certain things because what they're paid to say. And I agree, and I get what you're saying by that. And the thing about it is because music is so influential in the Black community, because let's be for real, Black people love rhythm. We love music. That's our shit. And the thing about it was, people weren't fucking with hip hop until they started seeing Black people start saying, yo, they really are putting money into music. Like this shit is like a drug to them. But it was the fastest way from a brother with nothing to become something. To see a boy go from a street runner to be a goddamn billionaire, that was the dream. You know what I'm saying? So when you see brothers like doggone Damon Dash, Jay-Z, Diddy, I got to meet goddamn Jim Jones and most of Dipset. I meet those when I met them at the shop. Yo, those brothers were so down to earth. DMX ain't even that fucking tall. I thought he was tall, but he's not really that tall.
He's a little bitty nigga.
Yeah, he's a little bitty nigga. But the thing about it is, a lot of them, the era when they were coming up, the shit was like you had to have a code like, I'm not here to destroy my community. But these new niggas, they're all about self-destruction.
A lot of new dudes got it from them. Like it ain't that kind of. It's a little bit more in between than that. You can see I get what you're saying, but and the new niggas are just the stupidest about.
Well, let's look at it like this. When hip hop first came around, the dynamic in hip hop was completely different. If you remember, hip hop was dangerous as fuck to the white community, to white supremacists, because you had motherfuckers like Chuck D. When NWA came out, it was fuck the police. Niggas was talking black empowerment, Africa, the struggle. It was empowering ass music. So it was a completely different dynamic. And over time, you know, and I hate to say this, when NWA came out with that gangster shit, you know, I'm a West Coast fan, that changed the game. So these record execs started trying to push that ignorant kill, shoot shit and started making these black men produce less positive albums. I heard Young Buck say he put out a positive album and the record label would not let him put it on his album.
Yep.
Yeah, and a big reason, and what a lot, but see, here's the problem too. I look at it a lot, and I'm making these references, and it may sound quirky, but whatever. You got to look at the corporate music corporations like the Empire, and you got to look at the people that's actually choosing what's hot and caring about the culture is like the rebels. Like, there's a reason why in Hollywood you have critics that tell you what is like based on taste, what is good and what is not, and then you have what makes money. You know, if you look at what makes money, then Transformers did really great. Everybody knows those movies are shitty movies, especially after like the first one.
Just like Fast Furious.
Yeah, but and yeah, you know, you can make that argument, right? You can definitely say that, but that's versus Fast and Furious is better than Black Panther because Black Panther.
That's right.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you just look at the money and you don't look at nothing else, then you can make that argument. That's the argument people try to make, and that's why you have something called like an academy, supposedly, right? We used to have that in hip hop, and if you look at when that shit stuff really started to run off the rails, is when we didn't have it. Imagine if the source was what it used to be. Imagine before Vibe completely got bought out and bitch made. Imagine we actually had control of our media, and we actually could say as a people what was hot and what was not, or people that listened or came from previous eras of hip hop. See, right now we would have been the ones actually in those magazines writing, saying this is what's hot, this is what's not, this is why this is hot, this is why it's not new. Because the reality is, the way these new niggas are now is I could tell them, I could really make a song about why it's good for slavery to come back. And if I have the right person rap it with the right beat, you have niggas that actually say that shit is hot. That's how fucking dumb. That's where they are now. They will accept.
That's a little bit reaching, but I don't know how far that's going to go.
I'm not reaching. Yeah. If I would have called slavery, if I would have come up with a Latin name for slavery, like if I came up with a Spanish or different language, just like how Darth means dark, and then I would have coded up a little bit, but you get the idea, and put it behind a beat and have Cardi B or somebody else say it. These motherfuckers will really, I'm not saying everybody, but a sizable percentage will actually say that's a good song. They would not write that song off purely because of what the content is. Yeah. So now,
I'm gonna speak up for hip hop and say they're not that bad, because the thing about it is now, because of the internet, you have it now, whereas to people dissect music now. They literally will. You have people on YouTube who literally will dissect music, like, and dissect each bar. Or now you even have it where artists is, when they hear the music, they will talk about it. And they're like, yo, did this nigga literally say slavery was the best thing? Like, hold the fuck up. Okay, you out. Like, we can't deal with you.
Well, so I mean, Drake did blackface. Look where he's at.
No, Drake did blackface. That hurt his brand. Like, that hurt his brand with Adidas really bad. That if it didn't hurt him so badly, then Jay Prince wouldn't have to step the fuck in. Because at the rate that Pusha T was getting at him,
he still won. I get what you're saying.
Jake won? Where?
Nicki Minaj.
When you gotta call your daddy, that means you. When you getting your ass whooped in the yard, you gotta call your daddy. That means you lost by all default.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but the difference is you talking more from a perspective of the slide is slowing down more versus like it's reversed. Maybe that community needs to be a lot bigger than what it is, and there's a lot of sellouts like DJ Academics.
Oh man!
Well, DJ Academic, he's not even a rapper. Like he's a culture. That's a culture vulture.
He's a sellout because
that would be a culture vulture.
Exactly. And no, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
That's the thing about it. We back then, y'all remember the basement with Tigger and all of them?
Big Tigger.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. That was stuff where niggas weren't like, hey man, talk about your court case. Like niggas weren't doing shit like that. You didn't talk about the shit. Like I remember when I'm not sure if y'all used to listen to Murder Inc. and all of them. Like niggas were coming in, those motherfuckers just did some grimy shit. But we weren't gonna talk about it. We gonna just, okay, man, I just want to hear you fucking spit some shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was it. I used to listen to the Infamous and all them motherfuckers. Like that's the kind of shit I grew up with. I was on some dark hip hop shit. But the thing about it was, those kind of motherfuckers about the shit, like, yo, I did this case and all this type of shit. And this is before white people were actually listening to hip hop. They knew that these niggas are rapping about shit. Okay. Is that a murder case that niggas talking about? But then it'd be like, well, my boy already beat the trial, so now I can rap about it. So I can go say shit about it now. But nowadays, niggas be snitching on other camps in rap songs. I'm like, when did snitching become cool?
What we need to do, and it's interesting you brought that up, is just like the Manosphere is kind of coming up. We need a new base. I mean, if I had to call out anything, I would call it the basement. Because if you saw that stuff, like when Benzino, when they were able to take out the Source, that was really like breaking it down. Because Vibe was never the magazine. It was really about saying what was good, what was not. XXL did better than Vibe, but XXL was never the Source. The Source actually said what was actually a 5 Mile album and not. And a lot of these people like Drake is only as good as what he is because he's juxtaposed against most rappers that ain't shit. Outside of J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and you got people like Nipsey Hussle, stuff like that more, but they're not on like what I call, it's kind of like when you compare Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry and LeBron James, right? They're that tier. And although, you can make an argument Kevin Durant is not going to go down in history as good as LeBron James, he's still on that same tier right now. And then you have like another tier of players. That's what XL was to say, Drake is good now, but Drake really ain't all that. And then look at these battles, these rappers that they battle with, they're good. Like, from, you know what I'm talking about, that went at him last time. He wouldn't be able to pass the test like that. Not like,
so you feel Meek Mills.
Meek Mills too. And I'm gonna tell you something. Even though Meek Mills has done a lot of goofy shit, Meek Mills is somebody that should have been protected a lot more than what he was. Because Meek Mills I believe Meek Mills is ADOS, and I like Meek Mills' music. I mean, I think.
Yeah, well, I think Meek Mills is a Philly rapper. Meek Mills is a Philly rapper.
Yeah, he's from out here. Apparently, his grandmother's 2 blocks away from my house.
Who, Meek Mills?
Yeah.
He a Philly rapper. Now, I ain't got no beat. Only thing now listen, I don't care too much for Meek Mills, but only thing I didn't agree with was him catching some bullshit charges for popping a wheelie while riding the floor. I'm like, really? Y'all gonna get this nigga 10 years for that? Like, damn, like y'all must have really wanted this nigga gone.
At the end of the day,
it was a black woman who did that shit.
We need to identify what we need to do. We need to identify anybody that's a culture vulture, and what we need to do is we need to have a campaign to basically remove them. And what I mean by campaign is you take DJ Vlad. Anybody that fucks with DJ Vlad needs to really be looked at. Man,
that's exactly what I was going at.
Why do rappers keep going to that nigga? All he is a goddamn narc. Why the
exposure? They say that's the nigga that got text on locked the fuck up.
But that's what they tell themselves. Because DJ, look, as an internet marketer, DJ Vlad does numbers. Like his website, fuck his channel. His website does like 9 million views a month. His website does like hella numbers. And so what DJ Vlad has done is positioned himself to be in what's called the virtual Black Chitlin Circuit. The Chitlin Circuit used to be a network of clubs and stuff that Black people control. So if we wanted to railgun people, they had to establish that they were hot through our stuff before, like kind of like the Apollo and stuff like that. Now he's been able to get into that pipeline. And you look at actually who Vlad talks to. Vlad doesn't really talk to some of them are up and coming. And to be honest with you, I mean, I had to watch his interviews because he had the only one for Marilyn Negra and the only really good one for Cardi B. So he's got a lot of good production stuff. But at the end of the day, he's not doing anything another Black person couldn't do. And we got to say, okay, we know Vlad has the numbers. We need to get to somebody that can be an alternative to that. We need, and not just one, but 2 or 3 that can get the numbers up. Because people, you can't walk up to people and say, okay, you can't fuck with that Vlad because that's cooning. A lot of them in Hollywood are not going to give a damn because they know white people listen to him. But if you say, okay, I have alternatives, and they're going to go after Vlad, and they're going to say that you a coon or you lame for going on Vlad because of things he's done, such as go after Jay Morrison and stuff like that, and other things. You know, at the end of the day, he's a white Russian. And don't even get me started on the fact that Vlad actually has a lot of financial content too, and he don't sound the same like that. My point is we got to bring alternatives. We got to have sustainable alternatives to really take these people out. You just bitching is not going to be enough.
I agree with you on that. And the thing about it is people, to me, I see people like Vlad dangerous.
He is.
And the reason why I will see people like him dangerous, have you ever seen anybody that's positive that actually is for our people come on to Vlad? No. You only see...
I won't say that, but 80%, 80, 85, 90%, you're right. 90%.
What's his name is on there all the time, which I really be trying to figure out why this nigga's on there. And he's positive.
Lord Jamar?
Yeah.
Lord Jamar fucks with Vlad. And Lord Jamar is that nigga that needs to have his head taken off. So social media wise, because he's the one that gave Vlad street credibility. Vlad used to interview porn stars. A lot of people don't know that.
Like y'all make it like this nigga been like you don't see this nigga going to, hey, let me go talk to people trying to help Black schools. Let me go talk to somebody. Like, no, he don't talk to none of our people. He only fucks with the people that make him look bad.
Because he's like lovely too. Yeah, that you're right about. I'll 100% agree on that. Yeah, he's a coach because that's not his agenda. He's not like even the Breakfast Club. As much as they get on my fucking nerves, you can at least say, okay, they have Farrakhan, they have Tariq, but at least they can at least say, okay, I got some people on there. You know, even with Charlamagne. Yeah, I don't like the Breakfast Club, but I can justify them existing.
They have a mixed culture.
I had to do a show on them when they kind of coon hard and sucked off some goddamn white penises when they went on the news trying to defend Camilla Harris. I mean, guess who they had defending Camilla Harris the most? The darky field slave, goddamn Charlamagne the Guard.
Yeah, from South Carolina.
And I was like, goddamn Charlamagne. They had to use your dark ass to go for Camilla. Like, fuck. Like, shut your ass up and let the Chinese girl talk, man. Like, why you gotta say shit? But see,
everybody knows who. But see, the thing about Charlamagne though is when Charlamagne does good things, it is what everybody knows what he is. He's a mercenary. He's gonna coon when it benefits him. Mm-hmm. But versus Vlad, people don't talk shit about Vlad like they'll talk shit about Charlamagne. That's the problem.
Well, you know, no, I'm gonna say that everything y'all talking about leads into the main problem.
Yeah.
See, I remember growing up, hip hop was not rap. Hip hop was a certain culture, a certain way of life. Rap was included with hip hop. Hip hop had a lot of other things going on with it. The problem is Black people are too quick to give way to let white folks define who we are, what we are, and what we are doing. Hip hop did not include gangster rap. Yeah, nope. Gangster rap was big, but back in the day, you used to say, "Oh, I'm listening to such and such. He's hip hop. I'm listening to other such and such. They do gangster rap." We understood the difference. Hip hop is not everything that's rap is not hip hop. Period. And the same way we allow white folks to define us, because like you made a good point about magazines like The Source and everything like that. We need to define ourselves, and we actually need to as individuals. We need to start rejecting what white people tell us about who we are. And when it comes to Vlad, I understand what Vlad is doing. I'm not going to say he can't do it because it's a free country and I'm a pro-freedom person. But as a person that wants to support Black folk, I don't need Vlad. If I need an interview, I can get it from a person who's black getting that interview. I don't need Vlad.
Just make sure you don't take your ass to academics.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, until we black people get to a respectable point where our stuff is just as competitive with everybody else's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like even like I told my nephew a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? When I look at Eminem, I say he's my token rapper. He's my token white guy. He say, "What you mean?" I say, "Rap was mainly black folks." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna support black folks. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that I won't do anything to support white folks, because yes, I do. We use white businesses and things like that because you have to a certain degree. But I was like, when it comes to the music I choose to listen to, I'm going after people of my own color because they're available to me. It's just that simple. I'll listen to Eminem. He's my token white guy. All the other white rappers, nothing personal against them, but I know there's others that exist. I've heard of Logic. I've heard of Mac Miller. I've heard of
Macklemore, all these motherfuckers. Yeah.
I don't listen to none of their stuff. Period. Why? It's not because they don't have skill. It ain't about how they rhyme or sound or anything like that. I simply don't listen to them because I'd rather put my attention toward black people that's doing it so we can compete with other groups. And when it comes to how we do stuff, we just need to we as black people need to, at a certain time, I understand we all got to be one people in one country, but there's certain times where we need to play the group economics game just like everybody else does.
The problem with us, when it comes down to it, everything is we are like whores where we trade our validation for what we want. Validation, we'll buy validation, which you can't really buy validation. You either believe, basically self-esteem from other groups, and we'll trade our value. It's just like when the Indians traded land for the trinkets to become New York City. That's pretty much the same shit we do metaphorically in a lot of different areas of activity. And we don't just do it with white people. Look, at the end of the day, like you said, it's going to be impossible not to practice commerce with white people at some level. That's not really what I have a big deal about. What I have a problem with, because there's levels to it. There's levels to the distribution of stuff. And even if people want to talk in a Republican free market term, what a free market dictates competition above anything else. So I'm saying DJ Vlad has a right to exist, but I have a right to create an alternative that's as good or better in a competition. And I have a right to say, well, this motherfucker ain't black, so he can never do it as good as I can, and then just get the technical parts right. Because at the end of the day, what Joe said is absolutely right. There's certain things that DJ Vlad will never talk about because it's not in his best interest to do so. It's a conflict of interest. This is why a lot of white people had a problem with Obama, even though Obama ain't even really ADOS technically. And Obama technically didn't do anything really that white people should really have an issue with. But they always try to act like he was a foreign agent because they knew he would never fully have their best interests at heart. Black people don't want to be that way because we want people's validation. That's our problem. Now, that mainly comes from the females, but black men fall into that too. So even Vlad's just an easy example. And going after the people, black people that actually support Vlad, like Lord Jamar, and those people is part of the work too. You look at academics. Go ahead.
I agree with the stuff you're saying, but I'm just saying for the listening audience, we as the individuals, we have to take that stance and say, you know what? I know I can get this from them, but there's a black alternative that I can't get it from. And the reason I say Eminem was my token white rapper is because, I know some white people do it. That's the same way they used to bring one black person in and say, yeah, we like black people. You know what I'm saying? Look, we got one right here. You know what I'm saying? That's what Eminem for me is when it comes to rap. I'm not against white people making rap.
No, well, I'm talking more infrastructure stuff too. I mean, I get what you're saying. You're absolutely correct.
But I'm saying even on the infrastructure level, we should be doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We should be doing the same thing even on those other levels.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct, because even if you get on Vlad, if you tell me, okay, so what are the other black folks that you got on this got views and stuff? Exactly, because Vlad is plugged in. So my thing is, if you're only getting black, you're validating black, and a lot of that shaming. This is where shaming actually works to our benefit. This is when you call. See, this is what now. Granted, so a lot of nefarious things happen to Ja Rule, but this is what happened with Ja Rule. Supposedly, where Ja Rule got too out of step out of the culture, but now I think a lot of what Ja Rule needs to be revisited. To be honest with you, because what it was the corporations knocked out Ja Rule and knocked out Murder Inc. because Murder Inc. was trying to do a lot of stuff that Jay-Z was trying to do before, which is really consolidate a lot of black infrastructure for New York. And they saw him as a threat, and they got all these cases put on him when it comes to Irv Gotti and all of them. And
yeah, he was also dealing with Jay Prince at that point, and one other individual. I can't think who it was.
Who was?
Murder Inc.
50 Cent also was predominantly.
Yeah, so a lot of that was that corporate. Yep, and I'm anti-corporate. And nowadays, it's even less reason to sign those deals because you really don't need to sign those deals like that because people are going to go with who has the marketing energy. You see, even with Cardi B, like you see where she is now, how fast she got there because she has the marketing access and so because that's really all these rappers are. It's not about the music anymore. This is a popularity contest, but see, the advantage to us is we can go after these people like politicians because we can attack their popularity because their music is trash. I tell anybody who tries to defend Cardi B because I'll tell you, I like what's her name, Trina, a hell of a lot more than I ever liked Cardi B. I say if you listen to Cardi B without music, that shit sounds like a fucking retarded 30.
Yeah. Well, let me say one thing real quick when it comes to because I like the point you made about validation. What black folks need to do, you know what I'm saying? Now, different industry, NBA. A lot of folks know who Ahmad Rashadi is now. Back in the day, nobody really knew who he was. Michael Jordan took his popularity and said, you know what? I'm going to talk to Ahmad Rashadi. I'm going to talk to him on a regular basis.
Good point.
You see what I'm saying? So we as black folks, if we do get to the point where we're the person that has all that influence, we need to learn how to direct our influence toward our people more than anybody else. And then those of us doing the shopping, we need to shop at our stuff more than everybody else.
Exactly.
And if we start wanting our own validation, we seek pride in ourselves first, then other people.
And that's where it starts.
Nothing against other folks. It's just we gotta seek pride in ourselves before.
I don't even.
Can you tell me the first black? Can y'all tell me the first black artist that actually took a black-owned clothing line and marketed it for blacks?
I mean, that's Carl now, but I really don't know. Tell you the first.
I will answer that for y'all. That was LL Cool J and FUBU. If you don't know the story, look it up.
Oh yeah, you know about James John. But that wasn't his. That was James John's.
No. I feel like there was something prior to FUBU though.
No, but it was prior to FUBU. But there wasn't really too much because FUBU blew up. I mean, FUBU blew up for us.
FUBU was the biggest thing since sliced bread at the time frame. But I feel like there was one bigger. It had to have been called.
But the thing about it is, I get it. That's fine, but I don't give a damn about who's the first. Who was there? Technically, created the light bulb wasn't the first. It was Tesla. But does that matter? No. General Electric is still General Electric.
It depends on how Elon Musk. It depends on how they pushed it and how they marketed it, because LL didn't have to wear his stuff, but he thought of the brother enough. He said, "You know what? I'll wear your stuff in my videos." You know what I'm saying? And the brother, as he did that, he kept making more clothing, and you start seeing more people. See right there, that's showing black power because you're helping each other.
BMT, real quick, because I want people to really understand. Because I understand what the story you're talking about. When LL, who was already popular, when he came across Damon John and found out what Damon John was doing, him and Damon John had a talk. Look, this is what I can do because I have the big platform. I can wear your stuff and start pushing your stuff. Right. And I know you can't pay me right now, but as you grow, you can take care of me later. So they had that understanding, and then FUBU really got big off the ground when LL was hired to do a Gap commercial, and what LL did was he did a Gap commercial where he said a rap, but he actually was promoting FUBU in the Gap commercial. So then, of course, people start going to Gap to buy the FUBU, and then, of course, Gap didn't have it at the time, so they had to figure out what was FUBU, why is everybody coming to get it, and how do we get it in our stores? And that had a big push to FUBU. So I
that was a smart
how black
move,
people
too.
were helping. No, my thing is, I want the people listening to understand how one person used his power to help another brother gain more power. We need to do that.
Now, you have to have the business side sewed up too. That's the thing a lot of people don't want to think about. Like from a business, because that's the problem. There's a lot of trust issues with black folk. We just got to be real about that. And when black people is not helping, you should have that in the spirit, and you should definitely do it. But I can always tie everything back into the practicality of it, how it benefits you. And you did with what you just said. But like most of the time, the way it'll work now, and I don't know if that's what he did, was it wouldn't be no prick quote, you take care of me. It's to be like, okay, man, how much of the company are you willing to give up? Are you we talk about 20% of the revenue or whatever, or we write a contract saying you give me a percentage of the profits outside of, for this 3-year period. The devil would be in the details. It wouldn't be just a shake hand shit. And then if what I do actually blows FUBU up, I get a lot of the profits of that. And Damon Johns in this situation could make a decision. Either you want to accelerate the growth of your company right now, because maybe he was thinking about selling it, or you can do it on your own. And a lot of these rappers now, and it's good you said that goes all the way back to the 80s. And you saw like stuff with Jay-Z when Jay-Z and them were doing it with Damon Dash, and then Damon Dash tried to flip it with state property and stuff like that. You had all these brands that were consolidated, and even now when you look at shoes, how shoes are not, you can have any kind of shoes and make them hot right now. It's not like it used to be. The point is, people got to start thinking business minded. And this actually goes, I'm not going to jump off the topic, but this actually goes to the thought process of Soulja Boy and why DJ Akademiks got on my list when he tried to go after Soulja Boy. Because Soulja Boy has done a lot of goofy shit, but the shit that he was talking in that moment and what he was trying to do, and when you look at how he looks, he got a lot of people can identify with him. That's how they need to be thinking. How can I make money?
What exactly did DJ Akademiks do with Soulja Boy? Because I'm not familiar with it.
So what DJ Akademiks did with Soulja Boy is Soulja Boy had this thing where he was selling this kind of gaming platform, and Nintendo said that he was biting off of them. But it was like, maybe he was, but the thing is he sold like a couple of million of them. So damn whether he was biting off of them or not, people were actually buying shit knowing Soulja Boy's brand. And that's
an emulator. Right.
That's something there. So with that being said, DJ Akademiks basically try to call him a fraud and say, what the fuck are you doing even trying to start businesses? Why you got all these businesses you trying to start? Trying to make it like it's uncool for a black man to try to start businesses. And then Soulja Boy like got mad at him and said, why the fuck are you coming at me about starting, because he started getting animated, starting these businesses. So why did they give a damn about you? Because I sold 3 million in like 72 hours. They wonder what a black man doing it ain't selling drugs is doing that. And I'm looking at DJ Akademiks, you bitch Jamaican nigga. Because you would never say that if that was a white man or if that was a non-black man.
You say that shit to damn Tekashi 6ix9ine. And all that nigga did was
exactly. That's what I'm thinking about. And then it wasn't just DJ Akademiks. It was like 3 of them, and they were ganging up on him. And it was like this black woman. She was kind of like not really doing the shit, but she was kind of. She was one of the people. She could have went either way. She was basically following the 2 dudes. That's why
she literally did mouth the words, "Why are you trying to have so many businesses?" She literally said
but she was still.
I think a major thing that needs to be said is, because just because you use the term biting, I want people to think about this in a real world mentality. A person had a product. Another company comes with the same product. It happens every day. There's pop called Pepsi. There's another pop called Coca-Cola. There's another pop called
Tango.
It's the same thing. It's not biting. It's about putting out a product.
Exactly, and he didn't. And the thing is, he put like what's important is people know what the fuck Nintendo is, and people, if you putting something that's like seen as like a cheap brand, that was crazy. Like how they came at it. And yeah, I remember she said that. But my point is, she wouldn't have said that if DJ Akademiks wasn't doing. I'm not letting her off the hook. But my point was he was being ganged up on, so it wasn't like he was just triggered. They were, and I was like, wow. And I don't even know if Soulja Boy is like from like a non-American black. I'm not even paying attention to that. Like what I'm saying is DJ Academic, like he's done a lot of shit. This like he's a clout chaser. He's like a fucking thought. And my thing is, you like, come on, like Joe, I know you know what I'm talking about because you were alluding to that shit with other YouTubers in the manosphere. And my point is, we need to be like, okay, this motherfucker doesn't need to be here, and we need to start really creating sustained campaigns to take people out. Because I know my man Solo TV84 really fucks. I'll give you another people that I don't fuck with as much as like Thought Crimes. I like their commentary, but they be on that liberal shit a little bit too much. Yeah. But I really like their commentary. So there's other like hip hop spaces in there, because the hip hop space is a hell of a lot bigger than the manosphere as far as YouTube. And then you got what you talking about when you talked about people breaking down music, because I'm starting to see reaction videos too now of like music videos. So that's something that's a very growing market. My point is, and I brought up academics because with white people, it's obvious they're not black. You can tell. With a lot of these other people, I call them African-American pretenders, they get up in our culture and do a lot of Trojan horse bullshit, and they're harder to find. Because all of them don't do it. I'm not on this, if you're not ADOS, then fuck you. I'm not like that at all. I'm like, I'm going to, because for people that would say, well, are you going to give them a pass if they're ADOS? No, we call them coons. And we use the term coon to have a lot more if you use ADOS. So my point is, if you are not protecting the culture of hip hop and you're for the corporations, then you're against us. And then you shouldn't be there unless the corporation is going to pay for you to be there. So
let me get into this, because I covered the Soulja Boy Council. I covered, I'm a working brother. I covered.
Did you buy it?
Hell no. I wouldn't buy it. I have two emulators already.
I ordered the console, but I didn't order Soulja Boy's version of the console.
Yeah, they got 25. But the thing about it was, and let me say this, Donnie. I'm not mad that he did it.
No, it's a business move. It's smart.
It's a business move. Only thing I advise, I said, it would have been easier if Soulja Boy had took his money and invested it into a smaller gaming thing and like opened up an indies game on Xbox, PlayStation. Like he could have made his own little version of GTA.
Something mobile.
Yeah, something mobile. You can't go wrong with mobile games. You can't go wrong with mobile games.
He had to, just so you know, he does have a mobile version.
He needs to talk to Master P, to be honest with you. Because Master P has a lot of ideas, but Soulja Boy is clearly a dude that can get people to come off that money.
Now, the people, if I was older, I would have listen, Drake, you need to go over to, you need to go talk to Chamillionaire. Chamillionaire, he's in Silicon Valley. He's making millions of dollars. He deals with apps. There's a lot of rappers, and if y'all listen to Ludacris did a song called Grown Folks Talk. And in the song, he talks about, listen, you're only going to be at the top for so long of your game. So what you need to start doing is buy your name and stuff like that. Do you know how much flack and heat Ludacris took for dropping that type of song and shit that he talked about? He said, listen, a lot of people in the industry were mad at me for talking like that.
But and Ludacris, and he was actually doing what he said. He wasn't talking. Right. Because Killer Mike, look, I respect Killer Mike, but Killer Mike is talking to, you can't say, like, Killer Mike is talking in concept. What's the dude name? Damon, what's the fucking dude's name in the South? Not Dame Dash, it's the dude, Banner. David Banner actually is somebody I listen to a hell of a lot more before Killer Mike. Because David Banner is doing a lot of shit on the low too.
But that's how you gotta do it.
Nelly. Yeah. And these people get hated on like they goofy. Because Nelly got a couple of, you absolutely right. And the thing is, because they don't want people thinking like that. Because a lot of coons will be like, that's too much competition. First of all, even getting past all the business shit, let me tell y'all how fucked up we are. This how whack ass African-American men are. And I say this as a proud African-American man. This how lame we are. There's a white dude out there. And I am actually cool with this dude. I actually do not have any problems with this dude. And he actually has a great product. So I want everybody to know, when I mentioned his name, I actually bought his other stuff. And I can tell you, this dude actually gives good shit. His name is Rob Level. Rob Level is like he's kind of like one of these social media entertainers. He has a couple of different products. He's talented. my point is he actually has a product called Smart Rapper, which teaches people how to rap. It's a good product. It's not a bad product. But my first thing is, why in the fuck do we have a white dude that looks like he could be next on New Kids on the Block? Why did he think about that shit? Because it ain't like anybody is like taking his stuff and boosting his stuff like from a corporation. This is something that he did, and he's spending advertising dollars, aka social media marketing. Because that's actually how I found him. Because he actually, if you type in Rob Level in YouTube, he has great videos on simple but effective ways to build up a channel. And I recommend all y'all as content creators look at this shit because this shit is effective. But what I'm saying is, how in the hell do we not have, how the hell did he has that, but ain't no other black person that thought of creating that? And it's the same reason. You got so many black people that they want to rap because it's a dream, but they don't want to think about writing. They don't want to think about doing beats. They don't want to think about getting in or getting in the other infrastructure part of the industry. And that's an L we have to hold because we allow other people to pick up what we don't put down. Anyway,
I will say this. When it comes to business, it's harder when a lot of the checks that artists get, they don't necessarily see them because a lot of them are not business savvy or illiterate, and that's a big issue. Probably some of the best transitioners from that, and I can name a few. Ice Cube, he successfully was able to do it. Well, he has his own basketball league, which I'm surprised a lot of brothers aren't trying to push for that as they should.
Oh, they doing that league in Africa now.
We got Ice Cube. We have Master P. Master P. No, see, and the thing about that, we have Master P. I think LL Cool J. He's in.
It was a couple of celebrity that was in that league. It wasn't just It was.
But see, that's the thing about it. They never talk about Ice Cube's basketball league, which is really good. The thing about it is, you don't want to see the positivity that some of these brothers are actually doing, because what that will show a lot of the younger brothers is that, listen, this doesn't last always. You need to come up with a game plan. And if you don't, you're going to be ass out. And what the older rappers are having a problem with, they're like, listen, we can't talk to these young guys. And this is why they say, oh, you're clout hating or you're hating and stuff. No, Ice-T even he said, listen, I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas, y'all dumb.
That's the wrong, but they're getting, you got to understand, that's kind of close, but that's not completely there.
It's spot on, but we can look at the king of it all.
They're picked because they're dumb. That's the thing that people don't understand. They shouldn't be there in the first place.
Well, we can look at. Okay, I'll tell you what. How about we look at case in point, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne went under. He got signed by Birdman, Manny Fresh and them boys. Now, mind you, he was a kid, but they signed him.
Not Manny Fresh.
Well, no, Birdman.
Look,
okay,
Lil Wayne is a special case.
No, he's a perfect case because when you want to look at it, and me and Donnie talked about this. He's one of the oldest and he's a pretty gifted rapper. However, he does not own his brand. He doesn't own his name. It's pretty much he dedicated over 20 years plus to rap. It has really nothing to show for.
He let Birdman kiss him and take his money.
You can't get rid of that. You can't get rid of that doggone stuff.
No, but the thing is,
they picked that boy out.
You have to look at the ages of when people did stuff, and in reality, it's about business acumen. Just because you make money, especially when other people help you make it, does not mean you have the business acumen.
Yeah, that's like saying, a lot of athletes do that and lose their money.
No, so let's look at this first. So let's look at this. The first time it was being talked about, it was talked about on a hip hop. It was talked about on 106 in Park. I did the research when they were talking about it. They said Birdman and Wayne were on there. They said, well, AJ said, man, how y'all doing with them checks, man? Like, that last Summer Jam concert, you know, you should sign a check. The face on Wayne, he was like, wait, checks.
Yeah, but you know what?
Now, the thing about it was AJ was looking at Wayne like, nigga, didn't you get your check?
That's on Wayne, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Birdman said, "Oh, next question."
there was other people like, okay, there's a lot. I'm not saying that there's nothing there for Lil Wayne. Like there's a YouTube channel, and this is by a sister. Like I said, I don't know if she's ADOS or not, but shit is good. It's called
Edward, let me crack you for 1 second, because I'm actually have to leave the broadcast. I got something I got to take care of.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick before I head out. It's really not about any specific example that you can pull out. There's some people with a business acumen at a certain level when they get into the game. There's other people that are not. The main thing that we need to push, if just because you do become rich and famous, if you have the ability to put something together, the product or service, yes, do it, because rap is not gonna last forever. It's just your time to make faster money at that point. And even for us regular folk, we still need to be doing the same thing. We cannot get out of the shadow of other people unless we have our own businesses, those that can do it. Because I know everybody feel like they can't run a business or don't want to deal with what it takes to run a business. But the people who do, support them, and those who are actually running the businesses continue to support our community. If black people will get away from trying to be successful, then leave to go to where the white folks at, we have to kill that mentality. We have to make successes of ourselves and keep the money in our own places. Just, you know what I'm saying? When you spend money, when taxes go to where you're spending the money at. If you give bigger money, put some of the things that black people need in black areas. There's rich people who can make a ton of money on putting grocery stores in black areas if they go through the trouble to learn how to get it done. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one idea out there.
And black people, and a big part of it is, unlike other groups, we used to have that culture. That culture was this is what Jim Crow was designed to do. See, people don't understand that terrorism has a purpose. You know, when the Arabs do it, they know why the fuck they doing it. We could put whatever thing we want to spend that we want to put on it, but they know why the fuck they doing it. And quite frank, they doing it, especially in their own area. And Jim Crow had a purpose. Jim Crow was designed to burn out any business acumen, because not only do we have a business acumen, we had the skills too. We were more skilled than white people because we were slaves, you know. And so we were not like Hispanics, where you're getting worse work for cheaper money. You're actually getting better work for cheaper money because we were working for free, and we were a threat. Yeah, we were a threat, and that's the big problem. And so they had to really reset that. That's what the purpose of Jim Crow was. That's why I said, fuck calling it some name. I'm calling it economic terrorism, state sanctioned, because that's exactly what it was.
Exactly. And let me just say real quick, black people, the way for us to solve our problems, we have to get in the position of ownership and keep ownership amongst black folks. And really, you got to start supporting black male ownership, because the men of our community, in order to do the things that we need to do for our community, is going to take money. Stop looking for handouts. We need money to do it. Support black-owned businesses, especially ones owned by men, so the men can actually have the money it takes to get the job done. I got to go. Check out my channel, The Raj Report. Like and subscribe. The rest of y'all fellas, wish I could say, but y'all have a good one.
No, absolutely. And peace out, man. And like I said, like I was saying before, there's a website, there's a YouTube channel by a sister called Impressive. It's actually very good. It gives you a lot of it's like a mini documentaries that she does, and it's very good production value. And what I like about it is when you look at what you're saying about Lil Wayne, there's a lot about Lil Wayne that you can learn. There's a lot of things about his story. Because I remember when he was transitioning into the skateboard community, when black people started getting more into that. And that was a good business move. The problem is Lil Wayne has good business ideas. The problem is Lil Wayne didn't understand the fundamentals of business, which is own your shit. Because he put all his faith in Baby, which is fucking stupid, because he clearly had examples. When Manny Fresh left, that should have been the last straw, because Manny stuck around for a long time too. It was 2-3 people that left before him over the same shit. And it's so y'all didn't even keep that in mind. You just go be the last nigga, and it's like musical chairs where you the last nigga without a chair, and there's really nothing you can do. But now
So-
you got a whole bunch of baby mamas, you got a whole bunch of leeches. Go ahead.
Here's what you got to understand about Lil Wayne, and a lot of people, because if you look when Lil Wayne started rapping, everybody remember when Back That Ass came up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne was like 13 or 14.
Yes, he was. He was a kid.
He was a kid. Wabba-dee. So he was doing all that shit, and then later on, what was he calling baby?
Daddy.
That's what it was, and that's why I said he's a separate case than other.
It was more so you took a kid from nothing and showed him, you gave him things, like you treated him like a child. You treated him like a child.
And that persisted into where he started making money.
The pimp. Baby managed Lil Wayne, and I don't know what it is. And Baby is a good bit. He's a shiesty ass businessman. But just like the people with New Kids on the Block and NSYNC and Freak Boys are shiesty. I forget that dude's name, but he's an American Greed and he's shiesty as hell. But Baby is actually not a bad businessman. It's just he used his shit. No, as far
He's not paying niggas, yeah.
Exactly. But it's just he's kind of like the opposite end.
If you ain't good at paying niggas, that ain't good.
I'm talking about his business acumen.
Okay.
He running hustles, but he ain't paying niggas. Yeah. He ain't paying niggas, but he got all his shit going and popping on a constant basis.
He better God that he don't go broke.
Diddy ain't paying. Diddy's a good business. Like when I say good, I'm not talking about morally. I'm talking about his skills with it. Diddy is too. Diddy just don't pay niggas. It's a part of him knowing because he knows more. Yeah, that's why Mary J. Blige got up away from his ass early because she saw that shit early. And Nelly luckily didn't get up under Diddy because Nelly almost did. That the person that was supposed to recruit Nelly didn't believe in what Nelly was doing, and that because this is why nobody shine is back in where he's at. My point is this: black people that know about business it's like knowing how to read. They're gonna take advantage of people that not all black people. You know what I'm saying? But if you know how to read and somebody that doesn't know how to read, you're asking to be taken advantage of. And the problem with black people, if they've developed a culture where they want to say reading is important, aka business acumen is not important, and they don't understand a lot of your behavior, a lot of the things you complain and bitch about is a result of us thinking that business, aka sales, is not important. If you don't manage your shit, somebody will manage it for you. The Africans are learning that. We are learning that. And that's pretty much that's why these culture vultures are able to exist in the first place.
Now, the thing about it when it comes to these type of things is a lot of these guys, it's kind of hard to embed them out because we've seen the thing where I've watched, like I said, again, I got to watch as hip hop doesn't barely exist. It's very hard to do that. I believe one of the first persons to actually even learn how to code switch on hip hop was Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre first enlisted Eminem. He said, "How do I market to white people?" And he said, "Simple. I'm gonna use this white kid. This white kid is very impressive. I never seen so many white kids start showing up. White kids like DMX, but not like the way when they saw a blonde, pale little kid from goddamn Detroit rapping who has so much."
Before with Marky Mark, it didn't work. Dr. Dre broke the code.
Right. So
wait, Dr. Dre had Marky Mark? I didn't know that.
No, Dr. Dre had Marky Mark, but hip hop tried to.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Eminem was the avatar that they needed. The thing about it was the one rule that I'm pretty sure Dre had it with him in the car. Like, if you ever say nigga in a song, you done. So that means he had to be smart enough how to never say nigga. And believe me,
Kid Rock used to rap.
Huh?
Kid Rock used to rap. People forget about
Kid Rock. Ball to bang boogie.
I'm talking no. Before that, when he was in the underground in Detroit with Eminem, Kid Rock rapped. I do none of that
Black
shit.
people were not going to go see Kid Rock.
I'm not saying they were, but what I'm saying is there was people in the underground markets that were trying it. Eminem wasn't somebody who was necessarily plucked out of a hat. Eminem had a lot of work that he put in and he was elevated. But there's a lot of these, like, you don't know about a lot of, not you, but I'm talking about people that actually, look, I'm not a master of hip hop history. But when you look at what's there, it's a lot more going on before it actually gets to the main.
I mean, I get what you're saying because I remember Kid Rock used to have that little demon little fat white kid that used to walk around with him and say, "I'm down with the devil" and all that stuff. And they used to have
Joe something. There you go.
Oh yeah, that boy.
He died, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He's dead. So the thing about it was, yes, there were different white kids that came along, but the thing about it was, a lot of people.
But that racism never changes. They just hide it for financial benefit.
Now,
and So
the thing about it is being marketable, and that was something that a lot of black people were not learning how to do. 50 Cent, he did it well. He did Vitamin Water.
That nigga is still marketing. That nigga don't do nothing but talk crazy on Facebook or Instagram all day. And he got a different product. He marketing.
But you can't get mad at 50 for doing that.
No,
50,
you can't.
I don't get mad. 50 always marketing something.
What I'm saying is it's important. This is what people get caught up on with Tariq Nasheed or 50 Cent. You don't have to like the nigga to take the tactics. See, other groups can't stand black people, but they'll take our tactics like a motherfucker. And we need to get better at doing it and repackaging it. If you're going to war with somebody, you don't say, because I like them, I don't like them, I'm not going to use anything that they're using. I mean, look at what America did with the Nazis. We took a hell of Operation Paperclip. We took a hell of a lot of their scientists, like von Braun. We took we took Japanese scientists that were responsible in prisoner of war crimes because we wanted the assets of what they knew, and that's tactics. I mean, I'm not saying whether it's morally right. It's tactical, and folks are where they are, and we are where we are. And that's so. A lot of times people will put morality on it, just like when y'all was saying, like when I said somebody is good, we're talking about morals. Morals ain't got nothing to do with it. It's about power. It's about power. Same thing with this 80 shit. It's about power. It's about, well, everybody want to get on me about hurt and they want to say Islanders created hip hop. I said, motherfucker, this ain't about, like, even if what y'all say, because it is bullshit. Because they want to act like DJing is hip hop. No, this is about power. Y'all don't have hip hop if it wasn't our experience as a collective, and we need to stop with the hashtag activism, as MOT is going to talk about, and start with the power. And we gotta want to do that, and that's going to require us to make decisions that a lot of people don't want to make because they may be sexually compromised, like they want to fuck Spanish bitches or fuck other people. But you can fuck other people and still, put power moves. Black people don't know how to delineate with that. That's why, it was this YouTuber, and I fuck with the dude. The dude is cool, but he was sitting there getting mad at me in Facebook because I said that Cardi B ain't black, and then we want to play the Dominican Trini, like, where's your blackness bullshit game. And I brought up the fact that she used words like burnt bitch and roach. She called a black baby who died monkey. Okay, I didn't hear that. She made fun of Coretta Scott. Of course I did. Well, I'm just calling. I got that. And Nicki Minaj said some slick shit too about Malcolm and some Nazi shit. But my point is, with Cardi B in particular, I heard burnt bitch and roach, and I rarely have heard her say she's black. It's like pulling teeth, right? Now I know that that's because Donnie, with both of y'all on here, first time we met, you was like, well, why did I go out of the way and say I was light skinned? Because I don't typically show my face like I did before the hangout. So you can't really see that. And then Joe, you remember what you said. What you said. It's there, right? It's there. I'm like, Joe, I'm gonna sit there and let her get a pass. I'm like, no, this bitch ain't one of us. You know how I am. I'll call anything out. How would I look? But with both of y'all, if I give that a pass, then I look suspect. And I was the first one. I was like, bitch, no. I was like, and I'm like, and the dude that I'm talking about is dark skinned. He's like your complexion. I mean, he is dark skinned. There ain't no, maybe no. He was sitting there talking about, well, no, man, that's Bronx culture, and burnt really means stupid, and roach really means dusty. Well, use those fucking words. No, fuck that. Yeah. When I think of burnt, I think of toast. When I think of roach, I don't know no light roaches. So no, this is just like when Californians want to say, let Latinos say nigga and say because they live with them, but they be gentrified like a motherfucker. And I was born in Compton. She made fun of Coretta Scott King. Yeah, and that was highly offensive, right Yeah, and I said, I was like, she's done everything but say you blacks or get caught saying you blacks. Like somebody we know has said that. My point is, it's like you are only famous because of black women, mainly. That's why you're famous. Period. You're not famous because Latinos. You're not Ariana Grande. You're not fucking any of them. You're not. So this game that you play, that's literally the definition of culture. And when he was like, I get it, because he had a Dominican girlfriend. I said, I don't give a damn. I think Dominican women are the most beautiful women. I mean, I like Amara Negra. I like a lot of browner skinned Dominican women. But at the same time, I have a foot in what my culture is. I wouldn't be out here telling somebody to go in the Dominican Republic and they speak Spanish, say you need to speak fucking English. I'm in their house. And especially if I'm making money off they shit. You see what I'm saying? But they think and when I get dude to cape for that, I'm like, dude, do you even know why you're caping for that? Like and that's why I call being sexually compromised. It's that what you're saying is pretty much predicated. It's like we know it when you're with a white girl and you start saying some coonish shit, but we don't understand it. People will say that amongst other things. A lot of people will tell me a lot of slick shit that Paris say is because she's a Nigerian dude. Even though a lot of the colorism shit they try to bitch about, a lot of these people don't even be ADOS black men to be doing that goofy shit, like toasting to have a light-skinned baby. That dude was not American descent. He's like African. Yeah, the football player that did exactly, right. But they'll sit there and make us pay for all the sin. And to be fair, I need to start asking myself when women say some goofy shit about black men, are they ADOS black women first? Because we do it on both sides. So I won't act like we don't. But my point is, black women are gonna have to be honest about why they elevated Cardi B over others. This is the same thing with Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. I'm not saying Beyonce shouldn't be where she is. She should. I'm saying that Kelly Rowland don't get no love in the United States. Not like that.
Well, I mean,
I feel like Kelly Rowland was the winner over Beyonce personally, but I mean,
go there. Well, the thing about it was marketing. It was colorism with marketing. When it comes to females, when it comes down to that, there are hundreds of better artists that have came before.
Yeah, but black women don't get behind Kelly Rowland like that either.
If we want to say, like, if I had to put up Beyonce versus Lauryn Hill would easily take that. Lauryn Hill can sing and
I don't agree with that.
Yes. Lauryn Hill can rap. Beyonce can rap.
So if black women could choose between Lauryn Hill, like today,
we're not talking about we had black bitches start choosing. I got
the Beehive ain't choosing Lauryn Hill over. The Beehive ain't choosing Lauryn Hill.
If you had to go to a concert, you're going to go to a Beyonce concert over a Lauryn Hill concert.
I personally would go to a Lauryn Hill concert.
In the last 10 years, I'm not even go back to 05. That wasn't always true. I will tell you that. But after 2008, like I said, the Drake era, the answer would be Beyonce.
Listen, only thing she sings about is feminism and goddamn women. She don't sing about shit about no fucking man.
I don't
try me. Try me. You can't find you gonna have to find that one, Donnie. Y'all gonna have to find that where Beyonce is caking for men. Because all she do is bash men.
I don't really know. I don't listen to her music, so I really can't tell you. What I do know is back in the day when she was in Houston and she was becoming a big name and she was blowing up, she was the fat one in Destiny's Child.
Yeah, she was.
They referred to her as the chubby one, the big one, XYZ. So when she got some national exposure, she was the only light-skinned one. She was the only one with the little blonde hair and on a constant basis, the straight hair. That they gave her the preferential treatment because of her complexion.
You know who did that to her? Her mother. Because her dad did not want her doing all that. And they had her dad fired because he did not. Now, y'all, if you've seen Beyonce's mom, she's a bitch. She's a total bitch.
She looked like one, but now I wouldn't put that past what's his name, because that nigga came out of an interview and said he got at her because he thought she was a white woman.
So let's click on to this. When it comes to female artists, let's talk about the female artists of the industry. Back then, you had to have some type of merit to rap. You had to have some type. We had the Brat. We had Misty. We had Huh?
Okay, I'm agreeing.
Okay, so who else could we pull out? We had I would say damn it, we just said her name. Not
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. Oh, who else?
Yo, Lady of Rage.
Yeah. Who's the girl that can she always singing depressing songs about getting beat? Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. No more drama in my life.
Queen
was whooping her ass.
Queen Latifah. Back then, women didn't have to sexualize themselves to move the audience. Queen
Latifah was especially on some black female empowerment type.
Oh,
shit.
Ladies first. She was on that shit. She was like, "Don't call me a bitch. Like, you gonna respect me." Like, Queen Latifah was on that shit. She was part of Rough Riders. Quite a few females were part of Rough Biker.
Queen Latifah wasn't no Rough Rider. It was.
Yes, she was. Her brother died. Her brother died. That's why she.
When was Queen Latifah part of Rough Riders? Because I don't remember Queen Latifah.
Yeah, her brother. Eve. No, Eve was part of it too, but Queen was used to also be part of it too. But her brother died. Her brother died in a motorcycle accident. That's when she quit riding bikes.
You blown my mind today. Okay.
I try one day at a time. Trust me, one day at a time. But no, she quit. She said after losing her brother, she said, "I'm done riding bikes." Sold her bike.
We talking the music group or the biker club?
Nigga, we talking about the biker club.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking DMX Rough Riders.
That's what.
Yeah, so I'm like, nah, nigga, wait a minute now. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but she was part of the biker club. I mean, they had quite a few people. They had quite a few dudes that are part of the Rough Riders. That were rappers that were actually part of the group. They even did fucking videos. But the thing about it was for the females, they were more so trying to have women know how to. They were talking about positive stuff for women to do and how to treat a man, how to be sensual and all this shit. Now I don't know what the fuck women be rapping about. Now it's all about how to be the best hoe in the goddamn liquor.
Blame that on Little Kim. Little Kim started that whole mantra that talking nasty, which I can't even lie. That shit sounds sexy. I'm not finna just ride around and listen to some.
We ain't gonna pretend like listen. A nigga ride around a Little Kim. We gonna be.
Well, I mean, I've listened like
I'll be questioning you with that car, bro.
I got some good songs for your ass. Like Marilyn Negro, now that she's doing English music, is some really good sensual music as well. But a lot of times,
she looks weird to me, man. She looks weird to me.
That chick is she's an Amazon. That chick, whoo.
I know, yeah.
But she just looks weird. Like, it looks like somebody dipped her in chocolate. And maybe she said need to stop wearing that red lipstick. But she be showing me off.
She looks unnaturally black. Like I've never.
Yeah, that's what's so weird about it.
A lot of motherfuckers.
But you know what? I don't know. I've seen some real. I mean, it is what it is.
No. She's pretty. We're not going to deny and say she's not pretty. It's just that it's like honestly, if I saw her in the street, I said, "Why are you wearing blackface? Stop it."
I mean, maybe it's how the pictures come out. I don't know. I brought her up
because wearing bronzer. She might be wearing a bronzer. That bronzer will give you a different tint. So she might already be dark skinned, but that bronzer give you a certain type of glow.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did agree with her when she did say, "Listen, I am trying to represent for darker Latinos," and I'm like, "Huh, I get it." You know what I'm saying? Because I get y'all don't really get no type of shine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also like in the same sense. Then we got that crazy bitch Jocelyn Hernandez, and I mean it's like we're watching the era of the stripper come up between K Michelle. Was Trina a goddamn stripper?
No,
was K Michelle a stripper?
K Michelle is a stripper. Yes, K Michelle.
Trina is pretty without. Trina's probably one of the most attractive ones.
It's like this is like the rise of strippers that are now getting into.
Well, yeah, that's because that's what culture. That's because that's where the audience is.
Yeah,
and I actually got a video that I haven't even put out. And a lot of these women, it's amazing with all this feminism. These women want to be equal to men, but they still go back to like the oldest profession and they identify with it, even like esoterically. And it's like, you know, these are bitches that are you cannot get mad at men for like like wanting to run through these chicks and then not want to marry these chicks when you all want to emulate the baddest bitch. And you cannot blame the men for instilling that in you because you all are promoting women that actually are doing that. That's on you. And at the end of the day, man, women can do whatever women want to do. Just don't bitch at me when your sexual marketplace value fall off and then the train is over. Don't say that that's patriarchy or that's toxic masculinity, because that's where all these women start going with that bullshit when they start saying it. They want this buzzword. So as far as the females are concerned, though, at the end of the day, well, not even females, but hip hop, there's a couple of key things I think needs to happen. And this is just me throwing it off the dome, so it is what it is. Number one, we need to start getting better at supporting people that actually, when I say benefit us, they benefit our culture. When I say people, that starts with ADO's black men and also ADO's black women. If we got people that's already there, that like when I look at somebody like a Bruno Mars is not my favorite person, but Bruno Mars is like on the I'm watching you list. But so anytime you do something stupid, I'll jump on it. But Bruno Mars is not somebody I would automatically say, okay, this is a straight up culture vulture. The Bruno Mars is like low on that list. There's a lot of other people I can get to before, because even he said all music came from black people. I'm like, okay, he can be low on the list. Even if somebody want to say, I don't give a fuck, he a culture vulture. Okay, well then there's like 10 or 15 other people, even that are famous that needs to be gotten before him. So he ain't like I think top 3, top 5. Because he'll at least say the music came from us and stuff like that. And it is what it is. When you look at, but my point is, we need to start keeping it with us. The second thing we need to look at starting to do is we need to start elevating people that benefit our message. I think we should. I don't know if Wale's ADOS or not ADOS. So I'm not like looking at all these people like that. No. When I look at somebody, let's take Wale for example. Wale's a rapper that's put in his time, got a lot of good music, has got a lot of good bars. And he's a guy where we should want behind him. Say, okay, we need somebody who's gonna really talk about a black male, not necessarily a black male first message, but they'll have certain things. And are there people that we can kind of buy off in a way that we can kind of, because the corporations aren't gonna put him on so much, and he does good music. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have like 100,000 or 1 million people behind you, you can do a lot of damage in hip hop, and you can have a lot of credibility. We almost got to start looking at it like politics. And can we create people that are up and coming that will benefit us? Like Lady Gaga used to be in clubs before Akon found her ass and elevated her ass. Can we create people that are alternative to a lot of the Real Housewife bitches? Women that represent more of what we think black women should be. Because most of these chicks are just leaning off of white people paying in ratchetry and all of that. Remember what either Farrakhan or Elijah Muhammad said it. If you give somebody dirty water and that's all they got to drink, they'll drink it. But if you give somebody a choice, then they'll choose the clean water. And I've always said this when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to the females. There's women, if I say, okay, this chick or this chick, you would say this chick. If I say Paris Milan or Cynthia G, I don't give a damn how you feel about Paris Milan. Most people will tell me, okay, I'll go with Paris Milan. If I could choose which one to snap out on the Thanos snap, you gotta have one, I would say, okay, 99% of black men would say, even black men that support Cynthia G would probably say Cynthia G needs to be the one to go. That's what we got to do, because if we compete, if we basically make it so they have to compete, then they'll feel penalties for saying stupid shit, so they won't be as big on wanting to say the dumb shit. It's the same thing in hip-hop. Nicki Minaj should have never been the only one in town for hip-hop. There should have always been alternatives. So that way, but the corporations want only one person, because that's how they control, the environment.
Corporation okay, so you named the corporations. Who are these corporations?
There's a couple of different kinds. When you look at like how the corporations are structured, you want to look at people that are advertisers, so the people that can benefit from advertising with so your big tier. Advertising with Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B's like the new Nicki Minaj right now. So even though they're not making direct money off of like let's say a Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, because they're not the people that own the masters or own like the licensing to the music. If you have one person that you just gotta pay the people that own the rights to stuff, then you're getting somebody that can harness more people. so it's not diluted in lower tier people. So you saw that with Ludacris, when Ludacris was with Pepsi, and Pepsi pulled out when Bill O'Reilly got out of his ass. So they always tend to want the top dogs or the top like 3 or 4 people. They don't want it diluted because they want that maximum investment. So when I say corporations, I mean big business.
So when we talk about that, at the time when Nicki first started coming out, it was Bedrock. She was first off, she started under Gucci Mane. When she started under Gucci Mane, and it was the girl who said, "It's Gucci, baby." That was Nicki Minaj. So she was used by Gucci Mane, but the thing about it was Gucci Mane didn't fully utilize her. So they
were building her up, just like how they did. Katy Perry's a white example. When Katy Perry wasn't hot until California Girls, and then she did it with all these other black people.
She did it with I Kissed the Girl. Now, so when we look at that, it went over to she went over to Young Money, and we didn't get to see her until Bedrock's Best, where they showed all of Young Money and all of them. And there was that creepy little fucker that always in the windows or like creeping around the bed around them. I'm like, what kind of little fucker is that? That's a little troll. But then they showed Nicki. Now the thing about it was Nicki did amazing marketing. She did one thing, she understood the marketing. And we got to give a shout out to what's that fucking Jamaican dude that marketed her ass? Like he wrote her songs and her music. He's an American Jamaican. He's so corny. He's on these Love and Hip Hop shows now. I'll get back to him.
Hey,
huh?
I know who you're talking about.
But the thing about it was she was with him, and the thing about it was she didn't feel like she had that bad boy pill. Now let's be for real. Her butt was flat. She didn't have no tits, so she did not have the marketable appeal. So she understood that. Listen, I need to go get my body done. So
I think she likes her skin too. By the way,
she's 3 tones.
That ain't Photoshop. Stop blaming it on Photoshop.
No, no. Nicki's changed herself.
Because I know the difference. I'm gonna tell you something, and I hate that. Look, again, I do not give a fuck about being lighter in tone. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of times, you know how when light skinned kids are born, they usually look. A lot of times,
she's not light skinned. She's like.
No, I'm not saying she is. I'm saying it's somebody that I like. That is like if you look at my earlier pictures, I was like damn near looking like bad. As in light, like how you like not. My point is when you there's a difference between people when you get them in the sun and they move a lot of shades, and then Nicki lights her skin. Like that's because a lot of people would say, oh, it's because she's not in the sun anymore. That's some shit Islanders like to say. No, I know the difference. I've seen the difference in other women.
She changed the tone so that way she's more appealing to light skinned people.
I think
Sierra
did. She don't know. Like we look at her old video. That girl was dark.
She don't give a fuck about light skinned niggas are not a market.
Changed her body.
Light skinned niggas are not a market. So I mean,
yes,
she changed her nose. She changed her jawline. She got breasts.
Yeah, she would have fucked Drake if he gave a fuck about light skinned niggas.
She got a whole different dynamic.
Listen. We're not gonna pretend. I didn't see that many. Let's say the only person she had to compete with was Lil' Kim. Once she took out Lil'
Kim was already gone.
No, she wasn't. No,
when Nicki
Minaj came online, what album had she come out at that point? What album had Lil' Kim had?
What are you talking? You're talking about the ghost of Lil' Kim.
Now listen. We're not. It don't matter if it's a ghost or not. It's still
they were talking about the mantle because it was like she was doing a lot of shit.
Okay. Listen. We're not gonna get off track. She went after Lil' Kim because she wanted to prove that I'm the nasty bitch. That's why she did Pink Friday. Lil' Kim did Black Friday.
Yeah, she was biting off of Lil' Kim. I get that. And
that means you're trying to take down Lil' Kim. You're biting off of her. That means you're still copying her style. Which a lot of people at the time were saying, listen, we ain't gonna lie. Why does it seem like everything she does is what Lil' Kim does? How she acts, her behavior, her mannerisms.
This is not corporate from the jump, to be honest.
So the thing about it was Lil' Kim, if Lil' Kim was smart, and I believe, who said it better? 50 said it better. He said, listen, instead of us fighting these young niggas, we should be down working with these young niggas and putting them on, and you can still eat too. And I got what 50 was saying when he said that, but he was like, listen, if you get older, get on the track with these old niggas, with these young niggas.
Honestly, big game, but okay.
No, I mean, honestly, like, let's look at Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre gets on the track with Kendrick Lamar. First of all, you got the vintage, and you got the old school and the new school doing the track. And that's going to be already hot by itself. Usually, if you can get a track with J. Cole and Jay-Z, that's the old to the new. So if it would have been Kim with Nicki, that could have been a few tracks.
The women never think that way because
they don't. We know they don't. But the thing about it was when she did that, and once the younger Barbies, and honestly, the only reason why Nicki beat Lil' Kim was because Nicki is appealing to white people. Let me tell you why. Because she's on Saturday Night Live. She's on a lot of late night white shows, Ellen DeGeneres. So Nicki was selling her brand in Kmart.
I just want to make it clear that when you say that, that's like saying that Lil' Kim was competing with MC Lyte. They were fundamentally two different eras.
She was I'm telling you. Listen, you know how many white girls were bumping Nicki Minaj?
They had a little beef, but it wasn't no real competition.
It wasn't no real, but then
the beef. But what I'm saying is, this is like saying it's almost as bad as like somebody coming out and saying fuck Tupac, and then we want to say, okay, there's a beef with Tupac, even though Tupac is dead. Nicki Minaj was not.
That little nigga, Lil Yachty, for example, he did that shit.
Nicki Minaj is not releasing an album and wasn't releasing an album anytime soon or anything that's taken seriously after. So really what Nicki was doing was biting off a Lil' Kim, and she wanted to get that audience. I get that, but Nicki Minaj, but Lil' Kim was not really in the game like that anymore as far as making. That's what I
actually, technically,
Nicki Minaj had a big butt.
Yeah, that was her claim to fame.
That's all it was. I mean,
Nicki Minaj had a big old ass.
I mean, and they honestly, they were clowning. They kept throwing that in a joke, like about her butt. But honestly, you got to think about it. Nicki Minaj is located from where? She's from New York. She's from Queens. Where is Lil' Kim from? She's from New York also. So when you have two people from the same area, one is the old and one is the new, rather than work together, they feel like, yo, it can only be one.
So what would Lil' Kim? I got a question. What would Nicki Minaj? The reality is, at the end of the day, there's really nothing Nicki Minaj could have really gained from Lil' Kim by partnering up, and that's one thing because Lil' was not in the game like that anymore.
Oh no, you said there's nothing Nicki Minaj could
not really, except I'm passing the torch. And to be honest with you, Lil' Kim was still trying to hold on to the fake ass torch that she had, and that's why that was never gonna work.
So that's like you would almost. That's like saying, so what can a younger guy gain from an older guy? Whenever they do.
No, that's not true. I'm talking about in business. When it comes to business, if I need her clout, the money they were willing to put in, that's like saying I need Nicki Minaj's clout. Cardi B needed Nicki Minaj's clout because it was the same kind of dynamic. It doesn't because the momentum. Because Lil' Kim was already retired. Like that's the thing. And I would argue, she was. Like way before she went out and decided to get on the Michael Jackson plastic surgery plan.
Actually, it was during when they had the court case.
She was still putting some little bullshit music out.
She was putting some stuff out there. It was just that she was dealing with court cases.
Exactly.
She had court cases going on. So
okay,
that was the only reason why.
So let's deviate. She old as fuck. But let's deviate.
So I mean, come on now. Now I would say this is almost now you could argue, and I say this is a stretch too, because you could argue this. That Lil' Kim and Trina and Nicki Minaj, because Trina came out right before really the social media web 2.0 era. And I tell you right now, if Trina would have came out in the same era that Nicki Minaj would have came out in, then Trina would have beat Nicki Minaj. Because Trina can rap better, she looks better.
So how do y'all explain Remy Ma beating Nicki?
Beating her how?
Remy Ma, because Nicki is playing the same reason why Pusha T and Meek Mill couldn't beat Drake. Remy Ma was never got to the point where
Hold on, wait. So you don't feel like Pusha T beat Drake?
I told you, listen. I don't listen. You got to take Edward here and there.
Can I respond? Can I respond? See, this is where people try to cut you off and don't let you respond. Right. What I'm talking about is we're not talking about battle rapping. We're talking about money and clout. Pusha T does not have it's clout. Yeah, no, he never will. It's not even. It's like Cannabis and LL Cool J.
Pusha T's not making music for women, and LL Cool J and Cannabis was.
Pusha, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't care.
Cannabis. So we just talking about who makes
Pusha T would never. Pusha T.
We just going about music for pussy. I mean, shit.
It doesn't matter. Pusha T would never.
In hip hop, rap was really controlled by the women. Because when you go out and you get into the club, it's women. The women ain't listen to the hard metaphysical rap, which lyrical. Women ain't listen to that.
That's bullshit.
I'm sorry. This is why I be going underground.
That's bullshit. Because Pusha T is not as marketable. Pusha T is not Jim Jones. He is not as marketable. So even if he did start rapping about women, because Wale did that, and Wale is where he is. So it's not just about the women. Yes, he is a better rapper, and I like listening to Pusha T more than Drake. But I'm not
the first person I ever heard say Pusha T. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. So that's like saying Al Sharpton is better than Obama. Like the reality is, who do you know more? We're talking about who on the hierarchy is higher. You're talking about who the better.
You gotta go get your daddy to bail you out.
You can argue that Nas is a better rapper than Jay-Z, but who would you consider is on a higher tier as far as like influence and everything?
I'm not gonna give you. I just can't. I can't give you popularity contest as a.
Yeah, if that's the case, then
we're not getting one. The money is. I'm talking about the money. Like that's money. You're looking at rap. See, that's the difference. I'm talking about the business behind it because that's where the real power.
I got a question. What was the business behind that battle? What was the business behind it?
What was the business behind that battle? Pusha T was trying to put. This is the difference. Pusha T did the same thing that Meek Mill did, and the difference between Pusha T and Meek Mill is Meek Mill actually had shit to lose. Pusha T really did it. So it made more sense for Pusha T to do it. Pusha T was like, he did what Cannabis did. I can only come up. So I'm about to take this dude's head off and declare him a fraud.
So that's how we're looking at it about money.
Hold on, because I can only come up. He can only come up with
those two. Okay. So between Drake and Meek Mill was some slick conversation that was popping off here and there with Nicki Minaj in the middle. So that's where that beat popped.
Okay, look at where Meek Mill's career is and look at where Drake's career is. So
Meek Mill doing good.
Do you think that Meek Mill would take that back if he could? I think he would.
I don't think so.
I think absolutely
because if you look at the beat they did, Meek Mill killed him in terms of lyrical aspect. But if you look at the actual disc between the two of them, Drake had chicks singing in the club
back to back and stupid shit.
So this is how you wind up like Dame Dash is apologizing to niggas, and Jay-Z, everybody looking at Dame like he's a fucking dude. I get what you all are saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong. But the problem is you all are acting like the best rapper is the one that's going to actually have the most control. And what that does, this is why I have a problem with that. On the surface, I agree with that. But the problem is if you try to say that overtakes anything else, then you're not going to have the real keys. It's like saying, I live in this house, but I don't own this house. But because I live in this house and I don't have a moral authority to this house, that means something. It doesn't. You have to have the other part more.
Okay.
You have to have that.
So I hear what you're saying in terms of aspect, but this is how I'm seeing it. If we both have houses and it's a competition to see who could decorate their house better, we going off of who did the better job. We're not talking about who owned the house. We're not talking about who, the house cost. None of that. We talking about
hip-hop is not ruled by that though.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It really so why are all these fucking mumble rap rappers exist?
Nigga, we already know they trash. Name a good mumble rap battle.
Why do they exist? Nobody knows about Big Crit. I can name you a whole lot of rappers.
Let me say something real quick. Hey, you know what these mumble rappers have that these lyrical rappers didn't? Back in the day, when people were selling CDs out the back, or tapes out the back of their trunk, they had to prove it to the people. These motherfuckers of the day got the internet.
They got auto-tune.
That's not true. Actually, I get what you're saying, but that's actually not correct.
Auto-tune made a lot of niggas sound good.
The mumble, that's not even auto-tune. The mumble rap rappers, if you look at all of them, every single one with few exceptions, Soulja Boy is actually one of these exceptions, is it's the internet may have got them a little bit noticed, but that's not where their fame really comes from. Their fame comes from them signing 360 deals. And then they get all of this marketing promotion. They take up all the space on the charts, because J. Cole is one of these you have to prove it Negroes, and I live in North Carolina, he ain't even played out here like that, like on the rap show. It's because it's like J. Cole got a fucking blackout, and it's because J. Cole has more control over his own stuff than most. It's not a conspiracy, they're doing it. So it's actually worse, because even on the internet, I get what you're saying, even on the internet they still got to prove it to a certain extent, because it's so just like how when we're in the manosphere, we compete with each other too. And if you want some straight goofy shit, that's gonna get called out. And if it's obvious, it's obvious. So the internet alone, and maybe it's a part of it, because they did. I'll give you this. Usher did find what's that fucking white boy? Justin Bieber. They did find him on the internet. Taylor Swift got found, so I'll give you a little bit of that. But I don't think that's where completely where mumble rap really comes from, that the fucking corporations put money behind them, and then they get rid of them like porn stars, because they know that they're not going to ask questions.
I mean, these little niggas is catchy, so they riding the wave off that catchy.
Well, Nipsey Hussle came from the internet too, so it's a lot of
Nipsey Hussle on the internet. He was in the streets in actuality. His nowadays the streets on the internet are indistinguishable. This is again,
you get enough clicks, somebody gonna see you.
Era.
Yeah. Explain Bobby's murder.
Yep.
And even still, if you on the street, here's my thing. If somebody would have tell me, it's about the streets, fuck the internet, I'm gonna tell them they're fucking stupid.
I look at it like simply. Simply put, the thing about it is, okay, we can't hear him.
He cutting out. Let me do this. Let me take this as a topic to change the conversation, because I think this was a conversation that needs to be had. So we were talking about culture vultures earlier, and Edward just brought up Justin Bieber. So in terms of culture vultures, we have the whole R&B community that is slowly integrated and became white people. All of the the real big, hard, heavy name R&B people have slowly switched from black to white. And I want to get perspectives on that. And if you notice that, they're putting other people in there, just like they had what's her name, J-Lo singing Motown at the damn
damn Grammys. It's the same thing we just talked about, except R&B music is a lot further along. Hip hop is going to be just like that. They tried to do that with Iggy Azalea. And and again, I'm gonna tell you where that really started. That started because they made what I call "woe is me" black woman music, which is music that pretty much says my relationships are fucked up, and woe is me. And if the music was, aka Keisha Cole music. So all you got to do is install an Adele that's saying the same shit, and motherfuckers are gonna absorb it. People are not really looking. They're just. Again, it's literally what I just said with that slave shit. That is true. That could happen, and it's just further along. That's all it is. Further along. That's all it is.
What'd you say, Kev?
What explains Justin Timberlake? Justin Timberlake assimilated quite fine.
Exactly. I'm about to say, what's wrong with Justin Timberlake?
And he sold out Janet Jackson.
Don't cover for Janet. We're not covering for Janet. Fuck Janet. I like Janet. We're not coming for that.
Justin Timberlake sold her out, and Justin Timberlake sold Prince out.
Man, this ain't no white. Just Janet.
Where Justin Timberlake. Here's my problem. I don't have an issue with Justin Timberlake if he was on his own. Just like how I don't have a problem with Future if he was on his own. But what happens is when you get him and what's that other dude, Robin Lopez and whatever.
Robin. He said Robin Lopez.
The point is, and then you got Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars gets bypassed.
Bruno is not even black. He's Hawaiian.
I said Bruno gets bypassed.
Sam Smith.
Sam
Smith. Gay.
You got Sam Thicke too, who is gay. You got, it's all of it. You got
Does Jussie Smollett count? Does Jussie Smollett count for an R&B artist?
Jesse Smith?
But-
No, nigga, no. Go ahead.
I mean, come on, man.
No, my point is, it's the same. Here's my question. My only question is, these people can exist. Where's the competition?
They do got competition.
There is no alternative.
You got Chris Brown.
It's really dead, and that's
Chris
on
Brown.
us.
You got Jacquees.
Pop.
Man, don't
Chris
bring that
Brown-
brother
no, Chris
up.
Brown
Don't even
is
bring that
R&B.
nigga up.
Chris
I'm
Brown
tired of hearing this
Chris
nigga.
Brown is pop. He's
How you
not.
gonna say- No, Chris Brown R&B. I looked that up.
He do R&B. He jump between genres, but he's mainly a R&B hip hop.
R&B.
You might as well then
It's
tell
not
me
bad. You
B2.
you
You might
fishing
as well
on that
tell
one.
me then B2K is R&B. No, they're pop. That's a difference.
That's okay. We got then. What is Blackstreet?
What is Blackstreet? Blackstreet is like kind of pop R&B.
Oh hell nah, nigga! You got your card pulled. Blackstreet is R&B, bro. Let me go deep. Nah, bro. That's fucking.
But again, I didn't say that. I said Chris Brown is full on pop. Blackstreet comes from an R&B background, and the reason why I mainly say the pop part, I'm not hating on Chris Brown as well. We need to have more black people that's straight up pop. You know, that's why I support. You know, people say what they want to say.
That is R&B. Okay,
no,
we got Trey Songz.
This is why, because you want to really know how you're dealing with somebody that's more R&B or more pop. Y'all may not agree with this. I don't give a fuck, but it's the dance element. The dance element is a more popish element. Just like how if you look at Janet Jackson is more pop. Only reason why you saying Chris Brown is pop is because he's black. That's it.
I didn't say.
So
I never said
assigning
Chris Brown
a black demographic with him. No, the reason why you're saying he's R&B is because he's black. My question is, if he wasn't black, would you say that? And I don't think you would.
Actually, you'd be surprised. The thing about it is, black people when it came back then to group singing, a lot of slow jams, they always had some type of dance. You look at Boyz II Men. You ever see any Boyz II Men where they not dancing in Boyz II Men videos?
Yeah, them niggas was dancing back from Motown. So
exactly. So when all of a sudden dancing became pop, like
you had
to be able to dance.
Name me a black person that's straight up pop. Can you give me one?
You want to name a person who's straight up pop?
That's distinctly and only pop, huh?
You're saying because they're black. So give me somebody that's not. Drake is not black. He's biracial. Next.
Now he don't count for black.
Now he don't count.
No,
he don't count for black now.
This is what y'all said.
That's what Donnie said.
Okay. So no. I'm talking about and that no.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Get the whole fuck out of here.
Ariana Grande. Exactly. By the way, the answer.
Can I give you an old one? Can I give you an old one?
Flow Rider would have been a better answer than what you gave, but whatever.
I didn't even know that nigga's still alive.
Yeah, his hairline decreased. He passed away from traction alopecia. Let me see a pop artist.
I'm not hating on Chris.
I don't know no R&B pop artists. I don't know no pop artists.
So you signing a black genre to everybody because they're. I get what you're saying.
I mean, do we call Usher pop?
If you,
we call Usher pop.
How about Timberland?
I would say that Usher was 60-40. He was 60% pop, 40% R&B. Chris Brown, I think is more. I think Chris Brown is 75-25.
Timberland at this point is pop.
Timberlake was always pop. He played with R&B in order to get black money. Timberland as a producer. Yes. Yeah. But Timberland was always like that. Timberland is not.
What about Missy Elliott? Missy Elliott,
boy, don't you get disrespectful?
Ain't put out no real hip hop album. Really, kids.
I'd say she's 50-50.
Boy, I can't.
She started out more hip hop, but she was always quirky and I respect me. Like, why you keep saying like pop is not like a disrespectful term? I'm not saying.
Yes, it is, but that's something that white people need to bridge into us.
No, that's not.
Nobody black was doing pop. We were R&B and we were.
Okay, so thank you, Joe, for proving my point. So you automatically associate black people with other forms of music.
So I got a question. So no, but you saying Chris Brown is pop when we've been seeing To the Wall and all this stuff. We're not going to say this brother was not doing.
Chris Brown, like if you actually look at what R&B is and you compare Chris Brown to other R&B artists, Chris Brown stuff is not really, it's pop. Like, okay,
Why
let me
they call
give
him
you
the
an
Prince of R&B?
example. If I look at somebody like, shit, I can name a whole bunch of people. If I look at somebody like Tank, Case, I mean, shit, give me somebody that's similar to Chris Brown. Usher was pop.
So
And
a
they
black
tell
person
you
Trey
that's
Songz.
what they
huh?
set them up to be. The Jacksons were pop. That's
Trey-
what they set them up to be. That's pop is not a
What's
bad
Trey
term.
Songz? What's Trey Songz then?
Trey Songz. Trey Songz.
By the way, that's gonna be the next black person they hit up with the Me Too movement.
Trey Songz. Trey Songz.
Oh yeah, he getting too close.
But if you notice, Trey Songz doesn't dance. So Trey Songz is more.
What? That nigga be
No,
trying.
he don't dance. I don't think.
He be trying though. He be trying. He
Trying
gonna
and doing it is Chris Brown
How
dances. Trying
about
to do,
Post
Chris
Malone?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, hold on. Hey, Donnie.
I see. So if you dance while you're singing, you're in pop. Okay, so
Well, no, that's
you
not
can't
what
be a dancing
That's
nigga.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
I guess
saying.
Tyrese
Like,
is safe then.
When
Pretty
you look
Ricky,
at
nigga.
when you look at
Oh
like,
hell no, those niggas just be flexing. That's all
hey, but again, you looking at it. Do you like them or not? It's like 3 songs I really fucked with when it comes to Pretty Ricky.
Damn, then what's Omarion then? What's Omarion?
Omarion, he comes from
Ricky was-
BTK. He's
First
pop.
off, let's say this: Pretty Ricky was trash.
Yes.
Pretty Ricky got you some ass back in the day.
Yes.
Exactly. So I don't. You're looking. Do you like them or not like them? I said that's 3 songs I like from
Question:
Pretty Ricky.
What do you qualify R. Kelly as?
R.
R.
Kelly
Kelly
is
is
the
R&B.
king of R&B.
Okay, but mind you, did he not
R.
make a
Kelly
shit ton of dances?
Step in the name
Wait,
of love.
2-stepping and dancing.
Yeah, that's Roger
Yeah,
left.
come
He got
on,
that
come
ass
on,
back.
Man, you can do
It don't
better.
work, man. It's not
I'm
gonna
missing the BGS O'Shea shit, to be here. You know, you can do better. I get what you're saying, but I'm not telling you, I'm not shitting on to you. I get it. You saying that it's a disrespect to call an artist pop, like trying to say
I get you. There are some who traverse over there today. I get you with that.
B2K was never our B2K, Omarion, and all of them. They were never meant to be. Even I can even argue with you, Destiny's Child and them. They were always meant to be pop, but because they're black, they would automatically get the black audience, so they would make black.
I think Destiny's Child, they were pop. I think they were pop.
Oh, okay, we agree. Okay, good. So now you know what it is. Yeah.
No,
I mean, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing because they're black, they can jump into other music. I'd rather them do it than fucking Justin Timberlake.
I mean, but no, the reason why I say that is I could, from listening to white people radio shows, and you could tell what
I listen to white people radio shows.
Okay, now when you listen to their radio shows, the music that they get played on there, okay, it'd be a cold day in hell before I hear Trey Songz played on a white people radio show.
Oh yeah, you'll never hear.
I ain't gonna never hear no Trey Songz. Ain't no Trey Songz.
KSTW, K-Rock.
But at the same time, like it depends, and that's why I said
somebody had to slip that shit in when the
problem with Trey Songz is Trey Songz has not really. You got to be at a certain level to say, when you're hitting that mass audience. Trey Songz is really not hitting that mass audience like that universal appeal, and that's the white folks that you're talking about.
You want to know who brought Drake into the music industry? It was Trey Songz.
I thought it was Lil Wayne.
No, it was Trey Songz. Okay. Trey Songz, the song "Successful" in Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. You remember that big stage he had? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Because the thing is, Trey Songz is kind of overrated as far as if you look at his actual.
He's damn good.
No, I'm not talking about his talent. I'm not talking about his talent. I'm talking about when you actually look at where he lines up, when it comes to the charts. Yeah, he's big in the black community because he's big with black women because he comes from that kind of B2K Omarion track. Shit that Omarion tried to do. Omarion had his run and he shouldn't have broke up B2K. They fucked it up.
Those boys were getting butt pounded, man. They had a
I thought he was tired of getting raped too. So
yeah, I mean, shit.
You remember the nigga Raz B came out and said, "You ain't raped, man. He used to make us take showers together."
I'm just saying, man. Getting raped ain't worth the money.
But I get what you're saying. But he tried to do what Justin Timberlake tried to do. So it's ranks. Just like how if you look at like black women in music today, I mean, Beyonce's obviously number one. Rihanna is Rihanna's kind of like the Kevin Durant to like Beyonce being LeBron James. And then who else outside them two? If we really name it, you can say that can pop the pop charts. I mean, and then you remove Cardi B and
the
Nicki
nigga
Minaj.
who always want to kill himself. What's his name?
Shit, that's a lot of.
If you remove Cardi B and Nicki Minaj out of the shit too, then who else?
Saturday.
I'm talking Weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Weeknd. Now, see, The Weeknd, in my opinion,
Is he? I thought he should be dead now. He probably.
That
but
nigga,
The
he sound
Weeknd,
like he
but
dying
the
this week.
difference between The Weeknd, even though The Weeknd can do kind of pop numbers, The Weeknd's music is very rooted in like that kind of soul type music. Weeknd is. I'm not comparing him to this person, so I don't want to hear it. But what's that dude like? Music Soul Child. Music Soul Child never really made pop music, but his stuff kind of arose to being able to pop
Scott,
charts.
Nigga said Jill Scott.
Jill Scott punched
suck a
it
dick
for a
on
while.
stage.
She never held it.
Hey, it don't matter what you do on stage, goddammit. But the
You know
message got
who
across.
else
She
was
teaching.
pop? You know who else was pop? A. Marie.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'll give you that one.
I'll give you that.
So and again, this is not shit. And I mean, our music, black people should not be associated with. First of all this shit come from us. That's why when Lenny Kravitz does rock and roll, I fuck with that because that comes from us too.
I don't fuck with Lenny Kravitz. He too weird.
I don't mind. I don't like country music. I don't mind. I support artists that ain't cooning.
Nelly does country music now.
Who?
Nelly.
That nigga did one
You
album.
know the apple bottom jeans
I support that. I support that
Nelly,
because we need to get it all. Because we are musically. I support. Everybody hated on Nelly for that shit. I supported that, and I don't even like country music.
I was like, Nelly, I hope you do a good job out there, bro.
I mean, you gotta come on, man. You in South Carolina, so shit.
I like country music. What the fuck?
I can say that, but what I'm saying is that's a market. That's a market that you don't have to like it, but there, there's certain black people that do.
So, like I said, I've seen some country music singers that are black, but I mean, I'm just saying, all country music, it to me, it just sounds like beating your wife and drinking and depression and being a veteran and same old shit. It ain't nothing new.
Somebody left you.
Somebody left you. Your dog got shot named Chowder.
Because you see what we're doing. Because think about it. Look at what's happening. Like one of the markets is like not really known. There's a lot of market for like a lot of this anime shit. There's a lot of black people, a lot more black men in particular, that's on that shit than you would think. And my thing is, we'll think about Boondocks. That's an anime cartoon,
which is coming back.
It needs to. Like whoever picks that up, I got Amazon Prime. Whoever picks that up,
don't give it back to Adult Swim. They fucked it up. Don't go back to them.
No, give it to Amazon. Look, Amazon Prime, AT&T. Amazon Prime would be smart to pick the shit up.
Amazon Prime has a couple shows on there that are worth watching, but
if you want to get niggas,
they probably would be Netflix.
If you want to get niggas, Netflix is true too, because Netflix ain't stupid.
Netflix do it. Oh man, but they're
Netflix. Look at all that drug shit they have on there, talking about like gangland. Netflix knows how to get the nigga.
Netflix, all they show is crime mysteries, how to solve it. Niggas be watching Netflix to figure out
how to catch a murderer.
How to catch a murderer.
On my IXQ-TV app, I got literally 24/7 First 48, and I be going to sleep to that shit.
Oh no, nigga, you go to sleep with niggas eating and selling out their homeboys from
and I'm lobbying them to get 24/7 Boondocks and 24/7 Gangland. But
who got the Xbox? You just put the Cody on there. They got 24/7
man, you gotta tell me how to do that shit, man. I don't know.
Yeah, they got 24/7 Boondocks.
Dude, I got 5,000 channels. I get what you're saying. The Cody's cool, but I got 5,000 channels on my shit. And
we do not endorse jailbreaking, so do not come at us. We do not endorse jailbreaking.
Listen, yes, we do. Fuck all the bullshit. I got a homeboy. He'll break your Nintendo DS.
No. Donnie can talk about that. But I pay for what I get. I pay for mine. What I'm talking about is actual product. It's legal. I have no problem with jailbreaking allegedly. But
Christian, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, like,
goddamn, you ain't shit for throwing us all under the bus. You ain't shit, nigga. So let's talk. Let's get to that part. People who've been throwing people under the bus to get ahead in the industry, because I feel like those niggas don't get enough. Oh, Lord, there's so many of them. There's just so many.
So should we talk about just the rappers? Should we talk about the rappers' management and,
Yeah, all of
as
them,
well
all
as
of them,
the
goddamn,
commentators?
all of them.
Because really, if we need to have a
John
conversation,
Legend,
talk
bitch
about
ass.
academics needs to be the main focus of the conversation because academics has done some whole shit on a couple of occasions.
Bro, he be.
I felt like academics had a whole lot to do on Joe off of his show.
Was the academics the reason why Joe got kicked off?
I feel like that nigga was part of the reason Joe got kicked off his own damn show.
But that was Joe's show for a while.
He's the reason that show was about. And you used to see Joe be on that show and he would constantly fucking treat academics.
But see, Joe didn't. Listen, let me tell you right now. I don't like Joe, but I fuck with how I fuck with Joe's content, but Joe doesn't bullshit. With Joe, you may not like. People don't like his personality, but Joe he don't be lying about the shit he be saying. It'd be like, that makes sense. Why did that nigga do that? Hey, let me watch that video again. You see, Joe will at least make you start thinking about some shit. Academics will just suck off people and then coon his ass all over the goddamn stuff. Like the shit with the Migos shit, that was classic Joe. Joe was
when he pulled it out, fuck
yeah. He said he's like, why are we interviewing these niggas? We don't even know what the fuck they're saying. Like they were talking. Yeah, like what? Like what? Dog, I had to slow down the video just to think. They still didn't make it. It's like they're speaking like they were demons, and I was like, bro. Like Joe did that shit. He was like,
niggas gonna do them three dainty niggas was just like Prince.
Yes,
trying to start a fight. Like stop it, bro. You weigh a whole 110 pounds with your whole chest out, your bird chest out, and you trying
wearing
to fight.
Like skinny jeans.
Nigga had on leather pantaloons, nigga.
Right. And the thing about it was Joe said that he said, listen, y'all make it seem like I was scared. He was like, at those events, there are hundreds of police officers and state troopers and stuff. Ain't shit was gonna go down. It would have been worse for them than me.
Them niggas had on pantaloons trying to have a fist fight.
Right, like, bro. Like Joe did it like, man, whatever. He's just like, man, it's not worth it, man. It's like they can't hold a conversation with you. What can they say to you?
Them niggas is clowns. So who else in terms of throwing people under the bus? I feel like Nick Cannon.
Yes, he does it.
Was taking a lot of shots at Jay-Z.
He does.
And that class, what is it?
With the Damon Dash thing? Yeah.
Yeah, with Damon Dash. He took a lot he went out of his way to bring up Foxy Brown to throw Jay-Z under the bus.
I hope Jay-Z gives that motherfucker a phone call or a personal visit. Just say, what the fuck you trying to do? Like speak it up. Because everybody on his show treats him like a bitch, which I don't know how the fuck he that. I mean, I think they just go on his show just to clown him.
On Nick Cannon.
Oh yeah, they clown him on fucking Wild now.
Wild now, yeah.
That's a culture.
I expect that.
That's a culture vulture show.
I expect that shit. But I'm thinking on his podcast.
Him and Damon Dash, they did that shit, knowing that the Me Too movement will be trying to. Now they're gonna try to look into that. Which shout out to Foxy Brown, because Foxy Brown was like, "Why y'all coming to me with this dumb shit? Ain't shit happened. Leave me the fuck alone." Because she's like, y'all, no. Some people can see that, there's certain people that will use other people. That's why Damon Dash doing that fucking bitch ass apology, because now he's trying to get. He was like, nigga, you were really trying to snitch as many people. Mind you, everybody was passing around Aaliyah. See, they don't want to talk about it. Everybody was fucking with Aaliyah, even when she was young. So
it was for Jay-Z. Dame Dash had her. They said Jay-Z was fucking with her for a little bit.
So Dame was only telling them himself, but that then they're gonna be like, well, how old was Aaliyah when you were fucking with her? She wasn't grown. She wasn't grown.
Well, he claimed she was grown on the clip.
Okay, right.
But it is what it is.
Niggas claim a 16-year-old or 17-year-old is grown. So that's how dumb some of these niggas are. Mind you, he said I don't fuck with R. Kelly, but they're doing a fucking music video together. That's how stupid they are. Can't laugh at me.
That girl made age ain't nothing but a number.
R. Kelly wrote that for her.
Yeah.
Well, she sang it in real life.
But then Dame Dash gonna say like she was scared for her life. Nigga, come on, y'all stop, man.
She was scared for her life.
Stop.
Record career.
Sometimes these niggas they know what they're doing.
Dame Dash wasn't nothing but a little douchebag anyway, though. Like, you know, showing like every time I seen him like do an interview or something, he's showing how well he could cuss folks out and, you know, treat people like shit. So, you know, I mean, I get some of the stuff that he's saying, but you know, on the real, fuck Dave Dash.
I would say Diddy is a guy who'll throw you under the bus. Diddy's one.
Well, you saw how Diddy did Black Rob and Shine. He let them niggas go with no consequence. These motherfuckers was mad as shit when they was done dealing with Diddy. And all of a sudden, Diddy made it. I don't know what Diddy did, but these niggas was giving out apologies right after the fact, too.
Never signed to Diddy. Diddy ruined lives. Diddy
cannibalizes his artists. He makes some money off a couple songs and then he gets rid of them. He's done so many acts like that.
Pussycat Dolls. Y'all remember them girls? Mm-hmm.
Danity Kane.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
The band.
Goddamn, how many goddamn seasons of the band did he have? Are any of these niggas making money?
Black Rob.
Enes had an album come out. The album instantly bombed. Young City, he got a couple of hits, but they all like New Orleans type hits. So they, you know, he went national and then had to go back to being local. Other than that, I don't think anybody from the band made it. Danny DeCane dispersed and he came back with that Train to Paris shit, and he had a couple of the girls from there. So I don't think he did.
Now,
what about old school X like 112?
Oh, he did.
I forgot which member of Boys to Men fucked him over. It was over some pussy too.
Ooh, right. Was it Michael Bivins?
Mm-hmm. Pussy. It seems like pussy always fucks up good groups. Like,
yeah.
Pussy. You know what's crazy? They said that Bobby Brown. You know what's crazy? Bobby did not get Whitney hooked on crack.
Whitney got him hooked on it.
Yeah,
Whitney got him hooked on it.
But who took the hit for it?
Well, yeah, Bobby was a nigga from
Boston. Saving me in the situation. You know, for years and years, I thought Bobby was the aggressor, and that's the way the narrative shaped it.
Nope. So, Whitney used to
only one of them niggas died from the overdose. One of them had it together.
Whitney used to scratch him, and Whitney used to hit him. Like, I'm not gonna lie, their family really made him look like a piece of shit. And I mean, he's still defending her to this day. Yeah, and I'm like, damn.
You remember Pusha T? Well, shit, really, Kanye bought her the picture of her cracked in bathroom and used it for his album cover. That nigga immediately flipped the fuck out. Yep. So, you know, that's still his wife at the end of the day, you know, or his deceased wife or anyway. So you know now.
Yeah. But I kind of question Bobby a little bit, man. That Lifetime movie about Whitney Houston, that was more like the Bobby Brown story with Whitney Houston.
that was the Bobby Brown story.
Everybody was talking about fucking Bobby Brown. Then they turned around and made a movie about Bobby Brown on BET. And then the new edition movie with Bobby Brown.
The hotel room, nigga.
It was about Whitney. It was about Whitney for a second, and then it was like Bobby Brown and his homies.
But you know what? Anything Lifetime put out is trash because you remember they made the Michelet movie.
Now, you know who they really need to keep the fuck away from goddamn artists? Wendy Williams. Anytime that bitch makes a fucking goddamn movie, the Aaliyah movie was trash.
Wendy Williams had something to do with that movie.
She's the one who did it. That was all her. Why are we letting Wendy write this?
Garbage all the way around. Like Wendy Williams, like she did some dirt sheet years ago trying to point out like all these people who were supposedly gay. So that really turned me off on Wendy Williams from jump. This was back in 2005, 2006.
You remember when Judge Mathis got in her ass, right?
Oh yeah, he got
it. I got the audio. I can't play it now, you know, because I'm somewhere else. But
yeah, like, he got in that ass.
Why did Judge? I mean, I forgot why Judge turned on her so hot. Like I think she was.
No, because she tried to point out some kind of false rumor about his infidelity or something. But then he came up with all kinds of shit that she really did.
Like about coke.
Written in your book. He was going in. He was snapping off.
Miscarriages. Her husband cheating on her multiple times.
Whooping her ass.
Beating her ass. I was like, God damn, like, Judge. Like, they said, why are you attacking me? Who's the other one? We gotta call it Birdman. Yeah, that nigga done fucked over everybody on Young Money. he done fucked everybody over. Like,
yeah, that's what he do. I remember BG had a whole situation with him, and he used to talk about it. He said, you know, that's one dirty ass nigga. That man didn't pay me. Not only did he not pay my money, but he had Turk tell me with all kind of promises. Turk got into that legal issue. This nigga didn't offer nothing for his legal fees. He didn't offer him no money on his books, and didn't help him in no way, shape, or form when he got out of jail. Now I get the ideology of, you know, you your own man XYZ, but he was a kid when you was fucking with him, and he was supposed to have been raised on the same shit that you know that Lil Wayne was raised on.
right.
How you just leave this man out in the cold?
That's how you do, man. And I mean, honestly, you see how he tried to. Now, the thing that I found fucked up, when Lil Wayne said he wasn't gonna make money for him, when he started realizing the books were way the fuck off. Doggone, who did he do? He go grab that young thug boy that wears wedding dresses and shit.
Well, the nigga wasn't even on his label. I don't think at the time. This nigga
No, he was like, "This is the new car. This is the new Wayne."
Bought a 3.
The Barter 3.
6.
I'm like, damn, like you just talk about jocking styles and shit, like no shame in it, bro. Like wearing wedding dresses and painting his feet and nails and shit. I'm like, why y'all so cool with this?
You can't tell me. Hey, I knew something was up when that nigga said you can't do stuff just to live different lifestyle. I was like, okay, this is a banger. And then I was like, wait, he working with who?
I think that was his way to tell us he was gay.
Yeah, nigga, what exactly did you do for this lifestyle, my nigga?
Listen, what was it you doing?
Because you saw the other dude. What's the other dude? That nigga got the fuck up and left. He was like, listen, I ain't participating in this.
Now, it was crazy about it because Nicki Minaj has a restraining order on Birdman. Like, Birdman can't be within certain feet of Nicki Minaj.
When did this come out?
Oh, that happened a long time ago. Actually, I can look that up. See, I might have to send you that. Yeah, Nicki Minaj, Birdman's not allowed around Nicki Minaj. That's why you never see them doing concerts anymore. Wayne, yes. Birdman, no. Motherfucker too fucked up. He probably
she probably had a little attitude one day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we done is we finished.
Oh Lord.
You know,
I mean, I really think that Birdman tried to kill Wayne, but they got that going on right now, doing an investigation about when Lil Wayne's bus got shot up.
I wouldn't put past anything on that, man. But you know, it's a lot of motherfuckers out here on some slick shit, doing some crazy, wild, reckless shenanigans. Who's another individual, I guess, that's thrown people under the bus and done some fuckery in the industry? Nobody comes to mind off the top. I want to say Young Berg. I feel like Young Berg did some fuckery, but I can't.
How about Master P?
Ooh. Okay, so it's my
think about it. Master P had all of those artists, all of them, and it was always about the brothers, only the brothers.
The nigga who couldn't rap, the one C Murder could rap. The other nigga Silk the Shocker could not fucking rap.
Hell no, Silk the Shocker couldn't rap.
Mister, I've been saying, you know, I've been talking about this and doing my thing. Like, nigga, what? That's cool.
I mean, you know, he did. You know, Master P did help Snoop through his little downtime after Death Row, and after that second album bombed. But you know, I had questions about Snoop too. Yeah.
Okay, so I sent you the link to Nicki Minaj not allowing Birdman to come to her parties. Birdman shuts down in plea deal for return of Lil Wayne's platinum records. So this nigga steady trying to do fuckery. Goddamn, Birdman, just stop. Just stop, man.
I'm curious if Birdman just wasn't giving that nigga any money at all. He was just giving him a stipend, like an allowance.
I don't think so, bro. But why are you trying to be so spiteful? Like, and, you know, this is, you know, I mean, damn, Toni Braxton, she don't fuck with him no more. But she caught him in bed with another man. So
did she say that? I mean, I'm not surprised. This nigga is out here kissing other men, and every time he's in some kind of music video,
maybe he just by accident slipped that time. Maybe he slipped. You know,
he slipped and fell booty first.
I don't know. Who knows? Things happen in the rap game. We too young to figure out.
He slipped and fell booty first.
50 Cent don't fuck with what's the boy, the dude name who got caught with the tranny? goddamn, what? Banks.
Lloyd Banks got caught with the tranny.
Yeah,
You talking about Sydney Starr?
Is that the girl's name? She a tranny.
Yeah, she's on Love and Hip Hop now. Apparently, my girl was telling me she's on.
Damn, she on Love and Hip Hop now. Wow, damn, these trannies move fast. Well, yeah, After that little
transgender, sir, transgender.
Okay, guess we gotta use the proper term, transgender. Once 50 found out he's with a transgender, he said, "Nah, all 50, 50 Cent gonna troll you. That's all he's gonna do."
Well, yeah, you know what? 50 is on his. He that nigga's ruthless as fuck too. Do you remember when he was going back and forth with Banks, and he recorded this nigga Banks?
Yeah.
And I'm not Banks. It was Young Buck. Young Buck was crying.
Yeah, Young Buck. Yeah. Why do you put that shit out there, Young Buck, making them look like a fool, man?
You gonna be alright, man. You gonna be alright.
And then he gonna put it out there for everybody to hear too, man. Goddamn, 50, you ain't shit, bro.
Like a bitch.
Just confused a little bit. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. Oh, you just gotta. You'll be alright. You stick with Lloyd.
Is a true businessman.
Not a fuck given.
But see, that's the thing about it. Like, people can. I mean, he'll talk his shit, but 50 didn't live that life. So niggas can't really sleep on him for that because he's about that life. Suge Knight has fucked over a lot of artists. I mean, honestly, you part of Death Row. The best thing you can do is get the fuck out. Like,
Suge Knight did a lot of shit on to other people. Like, if you remember, Suge Knight beat the fuck out of Vanilla Ice. Yeah, Vanilla Ice lumped up over his money. I think it was a concert or something went off, and this nigga allegedly dangled Vanilla Ice outside a window.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Vanilla Ice never told what happened that day, but we know he got beat up. No, he definitely got some bruises on him. We know the story about him beating up Eazy-E, and Eazy-E refused to sign to him.
They whooped that man's ass.
Dr. Dre. I mean, Dre was the only one who really got out. Like, Dre punched one of them. Dre, I mean, they tried to jump Dre, but that's why Dre started having security. And then
did he make Dre drink Tuesday?
Huh?
You never heard that story? Like, Suge Knight made Dr. Dre drink Kush for being late one time.
He took one of his bitches. What's that girl? That black girl from London?
I don't know. From London, I don't know.
Yeah. Suge Knight married Dr. Dre's wife. That's how fucked up he is.
So Michelet's not the girl from London, but Michelet was Michelet, they signed Michelet to Death Row, and she was singing, and basically Michelet got pregnant by Dre. And Dre was fucking her and everything else. And I think Michelet got on some dope, got addicted to drugs, XYZ. And Dre was pretty much done at that point. So Suge come in there on some captain type stuff, like, oh, don't worry about it. We're gonna send you to rehab. And he was kind of taking care of her. The nigga went to jail, and he had Michelet coming to visit him on some conjugal type shit, while he had his other chick coming to visit him on some conjugal type shit. And he was just running back and forth between them. So when he got out of jail, he was like, what's the deal? You having my kid or what? We're going to get married? We need to do this. And Michelet ended up with Suge Knight. So, I mean, if that's happened twice. I don't know who you talking about. The British chick. I know, these chicks was getting passed around.
Now, as far as it goes for female fuckery, we have Alicia Keys. She got with off of
Mashonda.
Yeah, man. And I was like, Alicia Keys, you can't talk no shit to no women anymore. Like, you can't talk no shit.
I don't want to hear no songs about some nigga cheating. I don't hear none of that.
Yeah, you can't talk none of that. Like,
a woman's worth. Oh, I see.
Superwoman, yes.
Nah, baby.
I was like, no more woman empowerment songs for you. You cut off, man.
Stick to light skin tragedy songs.
Yeah. Now, if we want to go to the queen of fuckery, who has fucked up more men, I'm going to give it to Erykah Badu. Something about her pussy.
It's a curse on that bitch vagina.
I think so, man. I mean, we know she got a body,
Andre
but she fucks up niggas, bro.
Fucking Andre 3000. This nigga stopped rapping. He said, "Listen, I just can't. He can't get it together. This nigga left Big Boy all alone. Big Boy putting out albums like, nigga, what's going on? Listen, don't worry about it. I got to put this green Peter Pan costume on."
We don't know what fucking happened to him, man. We don't know, man. Big Boy said, I don't know. Something about that girl got in his head, man. Something about that girl got in his. She's a witch. She's a witch. Erica's a witch, man.
Yeah, that nigga. Ooh, nah.
Common fuck with her. Got fucked up. Every black rapper that fuck with that bitch.
What's the dude? Up. Exhibit. Who the dude who sang Exhibit C? That nigga has yet to put out an album. That nigga came out with some fire. Stuck his dick in Erykah Badu. He said, "Listen, I can't even finish the album, bro. You're just gonna have to deal with Exhibit C."
She's cursed, man. Her pussy's cursed, man. Her pussy's cursed.
And so I heard somewhere that where these niggas all live in like a 3-block radius. That she got voodoo pussy, nigga.
I'm just saying, if y'all get it, I don't give a damn. Erykah Badu butt naked, ass up in front of your door, but you best close that door.
Run, nigga, run.
Throw some kitty litter on her. So shit. Yeah, man. Like, listen, we already knew she was out of her mind when she did that last video, window seat, and she just walking down through Houston butt naked. I'm like, did nobody think to arrest this bitch? Like, what were white people thinking when they saw her? Like,
fine and crazy.
Like, fine and crazy. Like, Jesus, this is black people. Like, and she's pale as fuck now. Like, she's gotten. I think she was beautiful back then, but I don't know what the fuck happened to Erykah now. Like,
the devil is coming out. That's what that is.
Must be.
So let's do this. Pettiest moves in hip hop. I gotta bring up 50 Cent every fucking time when he was playing around and he was that character Pinky, and this nigga decided to get Rick Ross baby mama sex tape.
Wow.
Did anybody else see this? Kev, did you see that where he did the commentary for Rick Ross baby mama sex tape?
Oh, I never saw that, but I gotta look that up.
That nigga He started with a whole bunch of shit. So the first thing he did was he created the character Pinky, and he was running around in a fur coat, pretending he was basically Pinky from Friday. What's going on, man? How's that, man? So then the nigga goes and catches 50 Cent's baby mama, or not 50 Cent's, Rick Ross's baby mama's sex tape, blurs out the dude she's fucking and gives commentary. And it's like, he goes, "Ooh, she naked, nigga. What's going on, Ricky? Your chick out here giving up the poom, punani. Ooh, Ricky, she got 2 balls in the titties, Ricky. What's going on? Oh, he nutted in the bitch, Ricky. Oh, she nasty. Oh, she nasty, Ricky."
Oh my God.
This nigga,
that was nasty behind it, wasn't it?
20 minutes of this nigga clowning. So if you thought that was bad, then this nigga goes and get Rick Ross' other baby mama, Tia, and gets Tia for an interview. This is where Tekashi got it from, where he was fucking with Chief Keef's baby mama. He took Tia for an interview and took baby to some store and wouldn't let her prick out a fur coat in a bag. And he had this music playing in the background. "You won't believe what Tia told me. Officer Ricky."
Wow.
Did a whole interview. She talking about he's a broke nigga. He don't take care of his kids. I'm telling you, this nigga 50 Cent, pettiest man alive.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna be doing that. Damn, it's kind of hard to out troll goddamn 50 because that's 50. All he do. Shit. I mean,
I got a real petty move.
Okay.
Remember when Benzino and David Mays was running Source Magazine?
Okay.
Yeah, remember they got into all that shit with Eminem, and then people were getting mad with them because of the way they were rating albums and, you know, just kind of like being biased.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like a whole feud between Benzino and Eminem. It was,
he put that album out. It was a Nail in the Coffin. You said, yeah, in Boston, the mean streets of Boston. He told Benzino he was 80 years old.
I'm gonna throw out the fight at the Source Awards. I mean, this is the Source Awards.
Actually, it was a couple fights at the Source Awards.
Damn it! Listen, man. Yo, that's the only reason I used to watch the Source Awards back in the
nigga Battle Dome.
Like, you niggas weren't going to the Source Awards to go get their goddamn trophy. They were going there to go whoop a nigga's ass. And I remember when Mobb Deep went up there, and they were saying, "Yo, them pussies out there in the fucking goddamn crowd, y'all got a fucking problem. Y'all know what a CB." Niggas get jumping at, and niggas get jumping the park. But then the other one cracked me up when Dipset, they went over there to the West Coast one, but you know, you got to switch from West Coast to East Coast. And what happened was, I didn't expect the niggas to get on stage and start trying to whip their ass and shit. Like, all you could do was just like, I don't think there ever were police at the Source Awards back in the day. I don't think there were no cops. But there's no way they had full on Royal Rumble matches on the stage. Everybody, first of all, I don't know what the crowd had to do with the fight. There's people in the goddamn the audience were fighting. So I think when niggas start fighting, it's like Riley used to do with the chair. When somebody throws a chair, everybody got to fight. So that was like the biggest beef fight of petty. And we're seeing rappers fight. We're seeing females fight. Hoes on the ground, half naked. Boy, my mom had to turn off the TV. I was like, yes, Lord. And I'm proud to be a black man. Because that's all. Oh, man, that was the pettiest thing right there. But, yeah, that was my pettiest moment I've ever seen. Other than 50 Cent fucking Nas's baby mama with the kid in the car seat. That was pretty fucked up, too. But Jay-Z fucked Nas's baby mama, but Jay-Z's mother made him go back and apologize.
Yeah, that was right.
Jay-Z's mother made him go back and apologize.
Said that nigga left the condom in the car seat.
Yep, with the right there in the baby seat. So
I know my girl is listening. Baby, some shit ever like that happened, I just want you to know we going on a cruise.
Like
we getting into some international waters.
I'm just saying, like, right, to me, that's and y'all two can agree, that's the ultimate disrespect. A nigga fuck your woman and leave a comment in your child's seat. Like,
levels of disrespect.
Just for you to find that. like I was like, God damn. She didn't even think to clean that up or fix that. Like, shit. So, I mean, damn. That's like, to me, the ultimate slap in the face. I mean,
niggas just work.
I mean, after that, yeah, there ain't no talking. You might as well just go put on your basketball shorts, put on your sneakers, and you just gotta go over that nigga's house and you just gotta fight it. Like, listen,
I'm telling you, you gotta hire a hitman or some shit. You got, if I got a bag, scrape bars, go take out a loan. Listen, how much of your service? $50,000. I'll have it to you by Monday.
Right. I mean, shit, bro. And then you make a song about it and you talk about it on the radio. So that's just how everybody was like, ugh. I mean, yeah, you came back with Ether, but it was just hard to bounce back from that. It's just hard to come out after that. Other than that, you got 50 Cent buying out Ja Rule's goddamn show.
Man, that shit's so fun. It was not fuck the show. That nigga bought this nigga catalog.
Oh yeah, he owns that nigga now. He owns that nigga. Like,
can you imagine every time you sing a song, you got to make this nigga money?
I mean, that's just how petty he is. And I mean, Ashanti, when they asked her about it, she was like, "Man, I wish this nigga would just leave us be, but he just won't let us be." So, I mean,
petty ass nigga is my hero. I don't know what to tell you. That nigga is my fucking hero.
You can't. I mean, realistically, what can you do or say to a nigga like 50? That is the pettiest of petty. The only way how Ja Rule sort of got him back, he was like, with all the trolling you do, you don't talk about voting, and that kind of shut him down for like a bit. But I mean, 50 just came right back and just bought it out of the water. And then after that, then he did it to Tekashi when Tekashi got arrested. And he said, "Boy, don't call me. Call your mama. I don't know you. Lose my fucking phone number." I was like, "Damn, 50."
50 got a whole history of stupid shit. His niggas can say what the fuck you want to say.
Yeah, the savagery. So we already know when it comes to doggone 50, his pettiness has no limit or bounds in that. It's just that's all there is.
That nigga needs Santa Claus in his life. What's going on, Shy?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just got everything hooked back up.
Like, yeah, we talking hip hop beefs and whatnot. Can you think of any of the petty niggas who really was out here doing some just hilarious shit?
I heard y'all talking about 50. That's a king of petty right there.
Yeah,
it ain't no passing that nigga.
Absolute king of petty.
There's no passing that nigga. I like I said, you can't really get over 50. I mean, other than like if you got the new niggas, I mean, there's really isn't nothing but Tekashi. I mean, all that nigga
he learned from 50 though, you know?
Right.
Yeah, the shit he was doing was based on it. Do y'all remember when Eminem was fucking with Mariah Carey and by proxy Nick Cannon?
Ooh, yeah. When he roasted Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon on the same track, and it was and he had the recordings of her on his voicemail.
Yeah. Yep. And honestly, what can Nick Cannon do? I mean,
nothing.
Nothing.
Nick Cannon apparently chased that nigga down.
Man, Royce be 5'9" would have whooped that nigga's ass, man. Royce would have done it. Hell, actually, I know he's not a rapper, but Mayweather told T.I. like, "I fucked your bitch," and what? And I mean, realistically, there ain't nothing that damn T.I. I mean, come on now. What nigga is gonna run up on Mayweather? I mean, I guess you know T.I. say he wants to have a boxing match with him.
Dumbest shit he's ever
T.I. gonna get chopped up. T.I. gonna get chopped up.
Like, his only hope is to try and get that nigga into some MMA match and take that nigga down immediately.
The thing is, they're gonna have to stick to straight boxing, and people they underestimate Floyd Mayweather. He's one of the top athletes ever for a reason. T.I. has no experience whatsoever. For Floyd to get back in shape, it's easy. I'm pretty sure he has a regular workout, but like that's like jumping on and off a bike.
He already did a match with He already did a match with the top Japanese boxer. And
he was a kickboxer.
He did a kickboxer. So now I guess he's fighting people that are out. Well, I mean, it was
a quick couple. I think it was like 44 mil for this man to basically go out there and fight the Japanese Thai boxer in a boxing match, which was stupid on his fucking part. And he put dude down, and dude had a whole fucking fit about it when he got up. So I mean, it is.
Yeah, he didn't like that, but Mayweather was just making fun of him the whole match.
But
like
he fucked T.I. up when he did that shit. Because that shit really ruined T.I. marriage. Because if you remember, they had the episode when T.I. and Tiny was talking about the shit. He was like, "So I fucked my assistant. You fuck this nigga. This nigga's an enemy." like there's no recovery for that. She was, "You want to work it out?" No, it's done. It's done.
But she left him. Here's the thing about it. She left him, and guess who took who back? It was him taking back Tiny. And there's no level. As much as you want to brag off that he's the king of the South and shit. I'm like, nigga, what kind of king? You had your bitch cheat on you countless fucking times. I mean, you keep getting caught. Like, nigga, like, stop it.
Cute. That's the cold part. She looked like a goldfish.
But you gotta take what you can get. You gotta take what you can get. And the thing about it was, like, I mean, the most baddest bitches that he be pulling are predominantly strippers. That's it. So I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, between that and I mean, I guess when T.I. was talking about Mayweather, even Kevin Hart's like, "Yo, y'all talking about Mayweather? Hold up, nigga. I'm not trying to get knocked the fuck out. No. Like y'all, we can make fun of his damn his speech, but I'm not really tripping over his speech because that comes over time when it comes to boxing. Like boxers, if you box so long, You get drunk in boxing. So you start. He can talk, but his focusing ability for reading is not the best. But we ain't gonna sleep on the thing about it. I gotta say, if he's so stupid, why is he still making money on money? That means he has to have some type of.
He went to
good advisors.
college. Yeah, he
has good advisors.
He went to boxing college. He knows the ins and outs of boxing. So it's not just that he's got good advisors. He was brought up in boxing. So the average person has at least a GED level type of education. His education, you could tell, just wasn't shit. His life was focused on boxing. So he learned the ins and outs of boxing. Now, can this nigga read a contract? I'm not quite sure. If somebody reads it out to him, he might know what he's doing there. But can he read the contract? I don't know.
I think that's where his uncle and his baby mother and them come into play, because she's smart and a few of them they're pretty well.
Well, his uncle's out the game now. His uncle's had Alzheimer's, so he
doesn't have an uncle. His dad has his own. His dad has a gym, but his dad kind of got. I wouldn't say they had the biggest falling out after the Pacquiao match. That to him, he felt like I don't agree with him.
His dad didn't want him to run around and be a bang. His dad wanted a bang bang match, and I really that was probably smart on his end, because that little motherfucker looked like he can knock you the fuck out.
right, and that was the thing that everybody was focusing on when it came to the match, where his father was like, "Listen, nigga, you run around like a bitch, and we got everybody from the culture watching us." And he was like, "I know what I'm doing, Dad. After this, you done." He's like, "I don't give a fuck. You better fight this man." And I was like, yo, like, he was like, "Man, I gotta go. I'll go in there with his ass myself." I was like, "God damn, boy, Mayweather Senior, boy, ain't no fucking joke. This man talking about throwing hands with Pacquiao. Like, what?"
Yeah, that's why you look at their careers. Senior versus Roger Mayweather. Roger was the better boxer.
Because, I mean, that's just how it was. But you got to think. Of course. Senior was doing prison boxing. In prison boxing, that's a whole lot different. That's just squaring up and whose ribs get cracked first. So, shout out to goddamn Undisputed One, Iceman. You know what I'm saying? Fucking goddamn Wesley Snipes did that movie justice. That was a damn good movie.
What about so you got 50 and Floyd, were they going back and forth?
Yeah, they did. They were going back and forth.
So I think 50 said some slick shit about Floyd, but I think Floyd had the best one. He took a picture with this nigga's son. The son that don't.
Oh yeah.
On Father's Day. He was like, yo.
And took him shopping too. And also talked to the baby and get the baby mother money. Now, I'm sorry, 50, but you don't make Pretty Boy Floyd's money. You don't make that kind of money. Luckily, that was one trolling thing 50 had to bow out on. 50 had to bow out of that one.
But that's also why them niggas ran up on Floyd. That's why them niggas also ran up on Floyd ass.
Yeah. Did they jump him?
I don't know if they actually got to him physically, but they ran up on his ass for certain.
But that's the thing about it. Because we know, listen, man, and I try to tell a lot of niggas, you run up on me if you want. I'm not wearing fucking gloves. There is no cushion when I kick your ass. There's no cushion. I'm going for jaw. I'm going for jugular. I'm going for fucking vitals that is illegal to hit. Because fuck that. It's kill or be killed. There's no rules in fighting. There's no rules. So it's shit like that where niggas like T.I. say they're gonna run up on Mayweather. I'm like, listen, that's a whole different animal. Even Conor McGregor said this nigga literally switched up boxing stances 7 times on me. That's freakishly crazy. 7 times. After a while, they had to just stop the match. So T.I. could try Mayweather. I mean, I get 50. You sending a bunch of niggas after him. That's fine. You probably have to just shoot Floyd. You can't just fight him. You got to just shoot that nigga. Ain't no other way to beat him. So that's the only best way I could see how they do it. As far as I would love to have see that damn Soulja Boy versus Chris Brown fight. That was funny. Crackhead versus crackhead. That would have been a funny fight.
Chris would have whooped that dude's ass, man.
Oh, that's right. Them niggas was popping off over what? Karuchi?
Bro, you sleeping on these beats, man? Come on, man.
Karuchi, I forgot all about that nigga.
That Karuchi, it was bad about it. Karuchi's like, yo, Chris Brown ruined my life. Like this nigga got me looking all sort of crazy.
That nigga, that was probably some of the funniest shit I had seen in a long time. That's when that nigga was talking about he was Treetop Pyru.
Yep.
And he went to the neighborhood, and this nigga, he would have done better saying he was Grove Street Pyru, nigga. He was from the Grove Street. What's the Grand Theft Auto gang? Yeah, I'm from Grove Street, nigga.
Is he naming video? Well, then again, I remember that groups streets in California are named after certain fruits. So
Fruitan Pyru, yeah.
But the thing about it was the Bloods over there, they were getting upset with those niggas, but they're like, hold up, y'all niggas don't even be fucking with us like that, or literally, why are y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all fall claiming. So they literally they robbed Soulja Boy. They robbed his ass.
So what ultimately ends up happening is these niggas will go out to LA, and LA is a cool ass town.
Right.
The thing with LA is everybody is concentrated from different areas. So you gonna have some chicks who are hood as fuck, who live directly in the hood, who look good, fat ass. They got the Louis Vuitton purse, XYZ, but they live in the hood. So because they live in the hood, they hang around hood niggas, gangbangers, etc. So these niggas will go out, meet these chicks. They end up being around these chicks' friends. They gangbangers. They be enamored by this lifestyle. For what reason, I have no fucking clue. And they want to kick it and hang out because these niggas is bringing around all these fine black chicks that they want to fuck. Okay, cool. I kind of get it, but I don't really get it. So they really be hanging out with these dudes, and then they be on some gangbanging shit and end up claiming the gang they hang out with. So if you look at Chris Brown went from being, you know, the pop nigga from Ohio to hanging out with gangbangers wearing all blood. He did a video. This nigga was in a whole red bandana outfit running down the street with a bunch of bloods in LA. On some foolishness. I don't know if Soulja Boy did the same bullshit, but he tried this shit. Everybody seen the video. He walked out there. It's probably 4 a.m. This nigga had 4 humongous security guards with him. And he talking about, so what's up, fo? Yeah. Soulja Boy. They say Soulja Boy ain't from the hood. Immediately that nigga, he wanted to give him that smoke. Soulja Boy backed up about 40 feet.
I'm about to get hit with a spirit bomb and die.
What you playing? Oh, that's right.
He playing
Jump Force.
He playing the Jump Force. He got some flaws. He can work on those combos, but he's over there. He don't want that smoke.
You got it on Xbox, don't you?
I got mine on PS4.
Okay.
But I'm biding my time until fucking goddamn Anthem.
Speaking of Soulja Boy, man, what y'all think about this new stuff that happened?
What happened? Black China?
No, everybody didn't have Black China.
You fucking Black China too?
Yeah, man. He was happy about it too.
I got her, dog. I got her.
Like, who has not had Black China?
I mean, between
she's securing bag like a motherfucker. She got some magical sex. Something must be magical.
No, I've seen the tape. It ain't magical.
Yeah, she can't suck dick.
That was the preliminary dick suckery.
No, either you can suck it or you can't.
Maybe she was tired that night.
Now, honestly, I'm surprised niggas ain't trying to have Tina Trump on speed dial or some shit. Get somebody like that. Then you can talk.
Is she single?
Tina Trump. Tiana Trump. Yeah, she's in LA.
I don't know.
Nigga, who wouldn't want to speed dial that damn vacuum cleaner or black hole? Fucking that's a damn death machine. That's the one that probably kill somebody. Like that's the thing about it. I don't know why niggas be trying to damn wipe up porn stuff. How do you wipe up somebody that had damn fucking goddamn penises the size of frying pans run through it? You think you doing something differently or some shit? Like Drake. Oh man. When Pusha T said that shit, like, yo, bro. Like, yo, you gonna talk, since you want to talk about my wife, let's talk about yours. Like, yours is a whole porn star. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm like, but you know Drake like going after people's girls. So, you know, he went after Rihanna. Then after that, and Rihanna put a restraining order on his ass. Rihanna put a restraining order on him. But Rihanna dating an Arab dude, and Drake be sending her like a shit ton of all her tweets. He be liking them. All her pictures, he be liking them. Like people, I think what people say about him is like they really be saying like, "Yo, Drake is creepy. He is literally creepy as fuck." So he's that type of nigga that be having like BBW fat chicks like put their feet on his face and shit.
Do you think that when after you become so famous, you think that any woman you should just get them just off GP, just like, you know what, because I'm this person?
Yeah, I think that's what he thought. But after over time, when somebody after a while they start hanging with you, they're like, damn, this motherfucker.
I mean that nigga was GOAT because he was the GOAT simp, confused white man in blackface of the year. He fucked J-Lo.
Malaya.
Who?
Malaya.
Who's Malaya?
Oh, you're talking about Drake still, right?
Yeah,
Malaya, Michelle, this the stripper chick.
She don't even look good.
Yeah.
She don't fuck nobody that's like worth notary that we really give a fuck about. Like
I feel like he gave Nicki Minaj a tap or two.
Yeah, I know. Nicki said she never fucked him.
I don't believe that.
I would have an easier time believing fuck. No, you know why? Because you can look at Nicki's resume. All of Nicki's resume are niggas with fucked up travel passes. Look at all her boyfriends. They all are predominantly dark skinned, and they probably got some type of fucking going on with them. Drake don't put off that type of vibe or energy. Like, hell, most of her goddamn people always got some kind of sexual problems or some shit. Hell, the new nigga that she with now, this nigga done got a murder under his belt, 2 rapes, and child molestation. So we know Nicki's choice of men are just all dumb as fuck. So I know it can't be no damn Drake because he just don't have that vibe. Like, this is a nigga that gets peed on and slapped around and shit. Like, it's not happening. It's no. Like, he'll get friend zoned too quickly. He'll get friend zoned too quickly. So y'all gonna have to try hard to sell that to me. You know what I'm saying? You remember mind you, he be in the videos talking about how he be like he likes Nicki booty, he'll eat Nicki booty and shit. So that nigga's all type of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. The nigga's weird, Jim. He just forever.
If y'all would have said The Weeknd, I probably would have believed y'all. If y'all would have said Tigger, I probably would have believed y'all. You know what I'm saying? I believe y'all with that. But damn, Drake fucking Nicki? No. You got a bad chance with Tigger coming off with that shit.
I remember Gucci Man. He called out. He was like, "Yeah, bitch, I used to fuck you on the couch in the studio." When he had his little rant, I said, "This nigga's a savage." Rocco, how I feel knowing I fucked your baby mama, Rocco.
Wow.
Like, damn, nigga, really? Is where we going today?
I mean, but that's Gucci's repertoire, man. Like, I like old Gucci than new Gucci. This new nigga, I don't even listen to him. I got Gucci's old goddamn mixtapes and shit. Like, I don't know what happened to damn Gucci when he went to jail. Probably some kind of life altering universe he went through.
He woke up.
Must be.
I mean, I'm all for rappers evolving. If something like that happened to him, like this new thing with Meek Mill, he came out and he's trying to do something else. Right. I'm all for it.
Right. And I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, if it means something positive to them doing better for themselves,
right?
I got no beef against that. But as a man to another man, we should want each other to grow. You know, when I speak about that, I'm talking about, like, I guess that energy he would put into. But mind you, Jeezy and Gucci Man had a beef almost to the point where somebody got killed. Well,
yeah,
somebody did get killed. So
they went to go kill that man. That nigga killed somebody.
Yep, Jeezy got that boy killed. Yeah,
he said, "I'm so icy and you so dead, nigga. What's the problem?"
Like, Gucci was about that life back in the day. If you ran up on him,
you ever watch some of his old interviews?
What, boy? Yo, Charlamagne said it's so funny. He was like, "Listen, talking to Gucci Man was like talking to like a demon. he said his eyes would just never. Once it locked on you, it just locked on you, and he would just be weird as fuck. So Gucci Man, there was something wrong with that man, that boy at the time. So he definitely had his issues. So you know what I'm saying. But that like I get what you're saying. Maybe his girl that probably helped him out, because now they getting at him about not taking care of his disabled son.
Oh wow.
And,
You know what? No, that first of all, that's some bullshit. Because I saw that he's giving her ass a couple grand a month. She want more than that, so I feel like that's some greed. Go ahead and give up the son.
I'm like, why can't? I was like, yo, like you already getting.
Most people don't make a couple grand a month, and you want that.
And she stays in housing. So
something is off there. Like you, because it wasn't no small change. It wasn't no like $2,000. I think it was like $4,000.
Yeah, she gets about $4,000.
So
and that's also supposed to be used for covering for him to have a CNA there. She's just not doing it. She wants more money. So I'm like, nah, fuck that. You want to come up? So of course you're gonna have black women jump on him like he's the villain. And I'm like, well, if he's doing what the court is ordering him to do, why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? You know what I'm saying? You literally live in Section 8.
Always some more fuckery to it.
She's the richest broad in Section 8. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand these goddamn women. Female beef would be Kelly versus Beyonce. That was a pretty interesting beef.
Kelly versus Beyonce. I don't remember that one.
Well, Kelly kind of was throwing shade at Beyonce, talking about she was jealous. Because Kelly did an interview telling how the daddy would purposely have Beyonce put, and more so like they started back then. Beyonce wasn't even on Destiny's Child, if y'all remember. She was never on Destiny's Child, but the father put her on Destiny's Child. And Kelly was like, at first when she first came on, she couldn't sing. She really couldn't sing like that. Not like the rest of them can. We know Kelly can sing. We got the other one. She went to Christian music. She could sing. So
the one sellout.
Oh, yeah. Michelle.
Yeah, the sellout, whatever her name is.
So a lot of all the girls, regardless, they all could sing. Beyonce couldn't hold a tune like that, so they had to work with her. And then they find out that she's going to be the new lead, and we're going to put her in the front. We're going to blonde her hair and straighten her out. And they were like, "What?" So Kelly kind of held that kind of animosity. Like it was like I felt like they were putting the light skin in front of all the dark skinned girls, so that way.
Light skin superiority.
You ever seen a video where Kelly said that she was the lead singer and Beyonce she made it like what?
Like nigga, please.
But that's the thing about it. See, that's the thing about it it's all about what you're trying to sell. Notice like every doggone most of the female quartet or groups, who do they always have singing the main song? It's always a light skinned person.
I never really paid attention to all that.
But you see it, right?
Now I think back, like, yeah.
I mean, and I wish Edward was here. And y'all get mad if y'all want, but the light skinned person was more marketable to be the singer, not the dark skinned person who we know who's been singing on the church choir for like since they were a baby. No, you would have the light skinned one because they wouldn't have had
no damn Fantasia.
Then when you think about it, colorism is in the black community. So I mean,
that shit gonna stop, man.
They had to market it to somebody. And, I don't know, man.
That shit we're gonna sell, man. That's just how that's just how that shit go, man. So I get why Kelly did say that. We know Beyonce had another beef with Keisha Cole and Alicia Keys because she was talking about how she was the queen of R&B at the time.
Oh God!
And Alicia Keys was like, "No, you're not." And that's when y'all remember y'all don't remember the song "Bow Down, Bitches."
Yeah, but you know what? I like I said, I didn't really listen to that genre to the music.
Well, no, I'm just saying the females had their beef like that.
I had no idea that's what that shit is. Bow down,
bitches was Beyonce throwing shade towards Keisha Cole and Alicia Keys and any other R&B female singer, saying, "Listen, if you listen to the song and play the lyrics, she's telling all the other females like MCs like, yo, you'll never be as good as me, and all the other shit. And I mean the way how Lauryn Hill looked at that, she was like, girl, if you don't fucking stop, like, stop. like if you don't stop, like, you're way ahead of the game. Like, there's a lot of females who can out-sing you. Like, stop it. But again, at the time, Beyonce was more marketable. She was doing Pepsi. She was doing dancing. She was playing. She was with Jay-Z. When the time when Jay-Z's light was starting to flicker out, once she went on stage with Jay-Z and they started doing that duet, they started doing their duet thing. That was a great marketing strategy. So she blew up, and Jay-Z, he got a second wind. They were using Ye's beats, and they were using her. I remember when it came, as far as the one that was the funniest one for me to watch was Pharrell versus a lot of the new niggas, because like Dipset, Pharrell and Dipset, because they were like, yo, nigga, I bet you we can beat you in the rap. Now, if y'all ever seen Pharrell in them, does Pharrell even fucking rap?
No.
He had nerd, but
barely.
Exactly. So they're like, yo, like, and I mean, thank God for the clips. Thank God for the clips. But they were like, yo, my nigga, all Pharrell does is make beats. Why are y'all beefing with a nigga who does not rap? Like, this is how dope. Yo, Jim Jones will be like, fuck that. He gonna claim he a rapper then. And I'm like, nigga, he's just Pharrell, man. He's a vampire. He don't age. Like, let this nigga be, man. Like, it's stupid, man. He may just be happy, man. Like, just let this nigga be.
Okay. Yeah, I got one for you. Because I felt like this shit was always fucking funny. Cameron beefing with he did Jay-Z when he put up that album. He said, "Nigga, you old, nigga. 30's the new 20, nigga. You 40."
Facts.
And what was the other one he did? He got into it with Royce the 5'9".
Yes, he did.
And I think that nigga pulled a rocket launcher out. Y'all remember when he pulled out the rocket launcher?
It'd be crazy shit that Cameron. Sometimes we don't know how to take Cameron, man. Now I'm not gonna never take from Cameron, but the nigga sells cereal in the hood, so I can't get too mad at Cameron.
Cameron got a cereal?
Yes, Cameron has his own cereal.
Stop.
What's it called?
Cameron has his own cereal. I shit you not. Cameron sells cereal. So
no, did you see there was a picture of Jim Jones and his son, and the son looks like Cameron.
Wow.
Look it up.
That shit. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, niggas was foul with that one.
Let's see, Cameron's.
Like, you know, niggas ain't loyal.
Kind of hard, man.
Yep, there we go. Cameron City. Let me see if I can screen share this shit. Let me show you this shit. This is how this nigga is crazy as fuck. But he's serious about that damn. See?
Killer Crunch.
That nigga literally has his own cereal.
Killer Cam.
Yo, look up for real though. Look up Jim Jones and his son. Just say Jim Jones and son.
Jim Jones and son.
Hold on, I just found it. Cool. Okay, so I was wrong. It was. Actually, he might have did this shit with Cameron too, but it was Royce the 5'9".
Why?
I don't know, Benzino. Let me see. I'm gonna play it.
Why they got Cameron right there? Why they doing it to that boy? That's how you know the industry ain't shit, bro. It ain't
wrong for that, man.
That's how you know the industry ain't shit, bro. Ooh. But Jim, you might really want to get a paternity test for that one. Shit, bro. You really might want to go get a paternity test.
You might need to check that one out, man.
I definitely would. I would go do some background research on that one.
Cam might need to get a blood test.
I'd immediately been like, wait a minute, bitch. Oh, hey,
before I crack open this bottle, I need to find out right now.
We need to have a motherfucking discussion right now.
Like, no.
Could you imagine raising a kid and this motherfucker come out?
Those niggas, that's how they got around. Like back then in the day, like yo, the ultimate, like I mean, Tupac. We can't forget the classic Tupac and Biggie, where Tupac fuck Faith.
First off, fuck your bitch in the click you can't. Hold on.
That was cold.
I got the video clip right here. You see it on your screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fried boys, fried boys, fried boys. Let me tell you something, you bitch ass. No, everybody go ahead. Yo, Benzino, we ain't got no beef with you because you ain't never did nothing to me. You ain't never came close to putting no hands on me. I ain't even never seen you in person, so I ain't got no reason to want to kill you. You know what I'm saying? So all that pulling guns out and acting like a motherfucking Rambo and all that shit, nigga. If I see you, you better be the same nigga you is in them videos. And when I see you, we gonna talk. And let's talk. Because I ain't saying I got no beef, but I'm gonna want to know what your motherfucking problem is, man. We're gonna talk. You know what his problem is. What's his problem? Oh, got dust on it. All right, Mr. Burns. Slow your motherfucking roll, nigga. All them liver spots you got on you. Got smell like fucking. Oh. You smell like old people. Smell like old people and mothballs.
He do look old as fuck, bro.
Mothballs.
He's
ancient.
And you smell like doodoo.
Oh, it's a fool.
And you look like the nigga that.
So they just stayed on it, and all they did was a roast session. Oh, Lord.
They was just roasting the nigga.
Blowing out your hair like a spirit.
Hey, y'all remember that beef with Soulja Boy versus Ice-T?
Oh, when he called him an old fuck nigga.
Yeah, and they made that a Boondocks episode.
Yeah, hold on, this is right where the shit got serious.
Come down to Miami and make you into a Florida. We got guns too.
Pulled out the real chopper.
You got a drum on there.
And bitch, drop down on your ass like
See the RPG?
No way.
This nigga actually got an RPG.
He's got a real freaking bazooka, bro.
You don't have rocket launcher. Blow your whole house up. Blow your whole car up. Fucking faggot.
Niggas don't know how to act. Royce the 5'9" was a whole fucking fool. This nigga put out the rocket launcher. I think everybody lost their mind.
He said blow a whole car up.
I think that's when they knew that, yo, that's one nigga you can't really, like, you can't fuck with a nigga that got a rocket launcher.
Nigga put out a rocket launcher. Nigga, every beef I got with you is over, bro.
Right? Like, we ain't got no more beef.
Nigga, we don't have to have a conversation, none of that shit, nigga. Every beef I got with you, it's done. Hey, listen, I'm cool. Listen, yeah, hey, nigga, just is what it is.
I mean, that happened with that boy named Travis, not Travis, Tory Lanez. He said he the king of rap. And he ran up on
him and Joyner Lucas was into it for a minute.
Yeah.
Joyner Lucas had I think 4 tracks between the two of them. So 2 and 2. I think Joyner had the first round and Tory won the last one.
But the thing about it, Joyner was like, Joyner even came out and said, listen, I'll hold it back. I really, really am better than this thing. Like, I really can. And I fucked with Joyner on that. I was like, nigga, why you playing with that kid? But the thing about it was, Tory Lanez got mad at this boy named Dax. Now we know he's from Ontario, he's from Canada. And he got up, he rolled up on him and said, like, Dax dropped the track on Tory Lanez. It was just good. Now, Dax ain't never claimed. Now, like I said, some rappers are not from the streets. They're college. Like, what's that boy who has red hair and does Sprite commercials?
Trippie Redd.
Yeah. Not Trippie Redd. The other one, the one that Joe Budden got at. Like, why ain't you taking this serious? Why ain't you serious about this? And he's like, I'm just a kid. I just want to have fun. Like, this just rap. It ain't serious. Like this. There's some guys who just come from college just to rap. Big Sean was going to go to college, but he dropped out of college just to rap. So there's just some guys who are not hard. They're not fighters. They're not doing that kind of street thing. They're on like, yo, I'm just here to make my money.
Honestly, a lot of them ain't like that. A lot of them are actually pretty smart, but they know they can make money off of just rapping and just making up a persona and then going with that.
Right. And the thing about it was, Tory Lanez, they told him like, well, if you running up on different niggas, why didn't you run up on Royce the 5'9"? Now you saw that song. You saw that song I sent you, Donnie, from Royce, called Field Nigga.
Yeah.
Now he was talking about Tory Lanez in that song, and Mayweather and different other niggas that y'all niggas be selling out the community. Now the thing about it is, I don't see no nigga running up on Royce. I'm just saying, he's just that type of person. Fuck with your life, but see, like Royce be playing Call of Duty like that. I think I play Call of Duty for real for keeps. So it just ain't worth it. So Tory Lanez, they already said, well, why don't you run up on him? I mean, of course, right now, fuck niggas. Right now, the youngest one right now is Tekashi 6ix9ine. He actually he responded back to Snoop Dogg saying that everything's gonna work out. He got some. He's gonna hopefully he gets out and he can get back to making music.
Yeah, but I'm rap career is over. This nigga better start talking about some partying in MIA.
Who's that?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, bro, Tekashi, it's a rap for him.
Like I'm like, nigga, what hope are you seeing? Like, nigga, like Thanos doesn't snap a finger for you, bro. Like, it's endgame for you. Like, you need to learn how you gonna survive that damn prison sentence with all them goddamn bloods in there that want you.
Ain't no surviving that. I mean,
listen, if they already got to that police officer that killed that boy in Chicago, you know they can get to him. You know they can get to him. So
yeah, you're right.
So that should show you. They just wait. All they gotta do is pay off a guard and switch cells until they get in there. So I mean, he's
listen. Let's not plot prison murders, bro.
Nigga, listen, bro. We've all seen Netflix. We know how they operate in there. You know exactly how they operate.
Prison murders.
I don't watch
$50, nigga.
I don't watch a couple episodes of Oz. I know how it goes.
$50, 2 packs of cigarettes, some guard. You know what I'm saying? It usually like that kind of shit, man. Like that's all it's gonna take. I mean, unless you got Frank Castle in there protecting you, I'm sorry, nigga.
Man,
you fuck.
I just finished that season 2 of Punisher, man.
What?
That's show right there.
What?
That's show
nigga,
right.
let us do one day. We do a review about the whole Punisher.
We got to do a review on that. That show.
Let me end this one out, and then we can do that Punisher review.
Niggas, boy, listen, bro. Strap in, bro. That shit's too deep and dark, bro.
Man.
All right. So let me go ahead and end this show. It's been a beautiful night on this 17-hour long show. Thank you for patience and coming in with us. I'm sure at several points during this show you felt like something I said or anybody on the panel said just wasn't shit. Well, you ain't shit for watching. Y'all have a wonderful night.